And we're back once again with Jumping Junipers, playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Last session, guys spoke with Big Red, got a little information about what's going on there with the story and the book and things. Went back to Little Oak. They told you the secret of how to get to Wayward Pool, dressed up as a unicorn, and spoke to Lamorna. This mystical being has been here for a while. In fact, they seem to know a time when Zaelong had this place on lock, and she was a good leader, put it that way. Though at some point, when the songs seemed to stop calling for help, she didn't heed their call. Instead, it was just silence, and she explains that during her time of need, Zaelong never showed herself. Her mate had disappeared. Her mate was named Eladon, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly he was kidnapped by maybe the hags, but she has no idea where he is or if he is even still alive. She hopes that he is still alive, but she fears the worst. But she says she may sense that he would be gone from this world. She said something like that her heart would possibly break, and that's when she would know for certain. Though she also understands that Zaelong is most definitely imprisoned within the Palace of Heart's Desire. Through which means she's not sure, but she believes that that they may have kidnapped her mate in order to do this, because it happened almost around the exact same time when Zaelong disappeared, never returned. It's the same time when Eladon was kidnapped. So that is potentially a key. Speaking of keys, you inquired about the Jabberwock, and if the Snickersnack is somehow a key to opening up the palace, well, it's more of a metaphorical key in that you learn the palace has many guardians, one of them being the Jabberwock. And if you wish to, explore said palace, you will need to defeat its guardian. And Snickersnack is the key to that. Only Snickersnack has the power to defeat Jabberwock. She also, yeah. She spoke a little bit about the song that Baird inquired. Said that this song was something that has been spread throughout the land, and it is a song played in a time of need. And usually that's when Zaelong shows up to save or help them. And unfortunately, it's fallen on deaf ears. And so, it seems like it's a touching song to her as well. She knows it well. And she even conjured up an illusion of Zaelong playing it on a harpsichord. She also mentioned that it feels as though your curses are not able to be dispelled by her magic, but she got a sort of an outline of what they could be, just a small hint as to how they act. And it turns out Ulric's might well be in many pieces now. And one said piece was at the bottom of this pool. Elkhorn had apparently come by here and tossed it into the well, or tossed it into the lake to make some sort of wish. And she believes that wish was to find some help, I believe, or can't remember exactly how it went. But in any case, you retrieved the piece. You retrieved one of the coins, and it's a dwarven coin. They were looking for something. Yeah, she doesn't know exactly what they wished for, but they kind of figured out that Elkhorn was looking for something. That coin is of one of the lucky coins that is from your purse that you lost all those days ago, or years rather. And in order to kind of keep a hold of it, you put it inside Clapperclaw's head as a piggy bank. You also learnt there is maybe a way to get to Yon, but you will need another guide. Similar to Clapperclaw, there is only one who knows the way, and that's because they are from Yon itself. And they are known as Squirt the Oil Can. Where they are now, she's not sure, but she shooed them away from this pool because they were dirtying the waters with their oil. And they also mentioned that Baird's curse seems to be one that almost intensifies with the light that's being shone. Almost like it simultaneously wants to be in the spotlight whilst also avoiding it at the same time. Very strange. But yeah, I think that's everything you learned from Lamorna. Then you started to find the direction that Elkhorn went, and following the trail of fallen leaves, you indeed came across what looked to be a corrupted fairy ring. And the Campestries here were very mean-spirited and looked almost like shriveled and corrupted. And as you were inspecting them, you heard a strange song in the air, followed by a rain of poisoned darts. This was a creature known as a Banshray that had ambushed you. And after a little bit of a sketchy fight, you did manage to pull him out of the trees and best him. And now they are effectively unconscious, probably got a big centaur hoof on their chest, pushing him down. As you've also met Winterbow. Winterbow told you that their people, their tribe, have been evacuating thither due to this spreading corruption. And he claimed that this Banshray is an agent of Scabathers. And that's where we left off. So I'll take you to the map again if you wish to question them or ask any questions to Winterbow. It's up to you.
Can I run over to
Here we
Goltik?
go. Yeah. Yes, you can. He's still unconscious, but I think wait, someone healed him at the end of the last session, right?
No. I think he was still unconscious.
No? Oh, he has 5 temporary hit. Oh, okay, no, he's still unconscious. He has temporary HP. Okay, yeah, you rush over to him. Not yet. Oh, wait, yeah. Mischief comes and licks Gareth's face away.
Oh yeah, that's what
and
happens.
So Gliltig is still just laying here unconscious, and so is Clapperclaw.
And we'll go stuff Clapperclaw if Notus isn't doing it.
So Gliltig is shot through with these little darts, these little needles. He's covered in them. And the last thing you remember is him trying to dive in front of your copy, your echo, thinking it was you, thinking it was the real you.
How's he looking?
You're breathing. He's just holding on, but he seems stable.
Check. Wake him up.
Medicine check won't bring him back, but you can roll it anyway and see what happens. Okay. It does look like Goltik is stabilized. He isn't bleeding out or anything. The poison definitely did a number on him, but in a couple of hours, you imagine he would wake up. Unless, of course, he's given a single point of heal. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Usually when you're unconscious, you're out for at least an hour.
Oh my god. I'll start picking the little needles out of him.
Okay.
And then dressing his wounds.
Winterbow has moved over to the Banshray
You're Sir Winterbow?
What do you want me to do with this? I am.
I don't know what to do with it. It may have information on Scab. But honestly, I don't trust its capabilities. Is the flute like outside of its hands?
It's still in its hands. Well, it's probably loosely in its palm, right? The hand is clearly like limp, but it's resting in it.
Can I kick the flute away?
As you kick it across the soil, you see it clatter for a moment before vanishing and winking out of existence. I do not know much about these creatures, but their presence here has only done... well, it has only weakened the earth, faded the trees, and corrupted that fairy ring.
Well, to keep it simple, do you think we can get information from it?
Possibly. Although, it's hard to tell whether you can trust its words. These are servants of the Unseelie.
Well, if we don't kill it, it owes us its life. A debt that must be paid in some manner. As well as the 3 payments it must pay for the insult of attacking us.
Perhaps binding it. At least then we won't be able to run off, make an escape. You can always decide what to do with it if its words are nothing more than poison.
Yeah, I will, I'll bind it, and I don't trust those fingers. I'm going to make sure that the binds are such that the fingers are all separated from each other. Like, they're wrapped around between each finger to keep them, like, straight outwards, because the bottom of the fingers are just not able to, like pull down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell you what, make a survival check. You can add dex instead of wisdom. Well, you're pretty confident those are very tight bindings, and yeah, doing it in such a way that these fingers can't really manipulate things easily, if at all.
I would also make sure that its feet are bound as well.
Yep, you got it. All right. Then, what about everyone else? Oh yeah, Clapperclaw. If you're getting the stuffing in, I'm guessing that's what that 2d4 was for.
Yeah,
We're
and
back
then
up
I
at
rolled
9
the
HP.
d6 as well to see if he has stuffing left over.
And they do. Perfect. All right, so Clapperclaw comes to.
I put him on mischief, so he doesn't have to wander off. He can
Okay.
just chill.
Alrighty. Prop him up there.
Goltic on mischief as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give Goltic a piggyback ride.
No.
Okay. All right. That's
I've
still
got it
unconscious for
bound,
now,
everyone.
Chris, why'd you make him dead?
I mean, it's unconscious. There you go.
Thank
You
you.
did succeed all this time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm,
All right.
Baird
dead.
will call out, I've got it bound, should we want to interrogate it?
I'll walk over.
Maybe don't call them it.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know their gender.
Yeah, so they, not it. Still a living thing.
Not for long. Well,
Jeez.
I don't know what it is. A Bantray, whatever.
A Banshray, yes. This one. This one seems to be maybe a male.
Well, let's wake it up and ask it. You know,
Winterverse says.
that's the proper thing to do.
Can I
It'll
pour
take-
some
hmm?
water over its face?
It'll do little to bring them back, but
I mean, it's satisfying.
if you have any healing, that'll work. If not, you'll need to wait an hour.
Well, we can wait an hour.
Can we?
You can take a short rest.
What about Elkhorn? What if he's somewhere that needs immediate attention? Oh, you know what, Winterbow? You see a dwarf come by with a single horned helmet?
Through here. Let me roll a preemptive, retroactive perception check. See if it did.
Nope.
Not recently, no.
I
My
mean,
tribe
according to-
evacuated and I decided to stay back. Fight off what corruption I could.
It's a
It
steady
may have
work.
been a while since your friend was kidnapped.
Like yesterday?
He shrugs.
We don't got any magic to wake this thing up, so we just gotta wait an hour.
Baird shakes his head, and at this point, I think everyone would see how just see how many of those needles are in Baird. Like they're just like down his side, and like
Oh.
Everybody, you got a
Oh,
little
God.
something on your everywhere.
huh?
You're looking like a pin cushion. I noticed his pin cushion actually.
I've heard stories about a big cat that caught a lot of arrows. Looks a bit like you look a bit like that.
Doing what I did
All
with
roll can all roll perception checks.
Hmm?
Yeah.
I? Or
Yeah, you
can.
can. Oh boy. Okay, an 18, nice. It's a lot of checks. Baird, as Vaike says these words, you do hear a nearby rustle in the bushes. Some distance away. Probably you're not sure exactly, but at least more than 50 feet away. You kind of hear like a small little rustle. Sounds like some sort of maybe like a critter in the undergrowth or something.
Mm.
How's the javelin doing?
Javelin?
Javelin of warning.
Warning.
Ah, yes. No, it's not warning you of any
Oh.
dangers or any imminent attack.
Here, come here, bird. Let me get some
Or
of those
just-
thorns out of you. I'll start picking them out with my little vine.
Okay. If you guys want to take a short rest here, you can.
Yeah, I think so.
over
So
the.
Bear does look that direction, whatever it was. Like he's like looking.
What are you looking at?
Hmm.
Is there something over there?
I think I heard something.
I heard it too. Winterbow says. Want me to go investigate?
Sure.
Whilst you see to your wounds.
I'll drop Goldtick and go with him. Not like drop. I'll set him down.
Hmm. Okay.
Quick question: does Mischief get hit dice?
Yes.
He's technically
You can see
resting.
he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can top him back out, but he's gonna. You can see his little dice. If you hover over the dice, you'll see what his hit dice are. But don't click that. I don't think you want to do that. Just put him back to full, and we'll say that's his short rest done.
Okie dokie. Danke.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of move through the undergrowth real quick, Vaike, and it's not long before you start to catch up to where that sound was. Winterboy says it was around here somewhere. Hmm. Hmm. He starts looking around for the tracks of said creature and finds tiny little imprints in the earth. And says this thing was very small.
We're talking like a dwarf.
Smaller still.
Oh.
Probably the size of a rabbit. But their tracks don't seem to be normal animals.
These
They look more. They look more humanoid.
These
The
tracks
herring
remind
one?
me of anything.
Agnes.
They yeah, if you look at the ground, I guess they're tiny little shoe imprints.
The shoes.
Tiny little shoes, yeah.
And they took off.
Yes, they did, but Winterbow says with such short legs they can't have gone far. Do you wish to catch up to them?
I will hike the thing over my back if we need to follow something.
Okay.
No, let's rest. Whatever it is, it can get out. What's it gonna do? Tell the grandma we killed one of her servants?
Baird will, if it hasn't gotten too far, Baird will call out and say, in Sylvan, like a parlay, like a call to speak, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to convince whoever they
So-
are to come speak with us rather than.
Right, okay.
If you don't
Tell you what
attack
then,
us, we
Baird.
can be friendly.
Give me a persuasion check.
Damn.
What the deuce is with the double 20s hit? Okay, bet. That's 2 in a row. You going for some kind of record today? Is that your plan?
Great.
All right. You do hear a distant voice that says, "So you'll promise not to attack me?" I am rather harmless.
We have no intention to.
You start to see coming out of the underbrush, pushing away a couple of little branches here and there, is a small, stitched doll with wide eyes and rosy cheeks, wearing a little dress. And she approaches you cautiously and says, hello. My name
Howdy.
is well, I couldn't help but actually hear my name. It might be why I was summoned here.
Oh,
What's your name?
My name is Pincushion. A pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
Hmm.
Baird will give a slight bow in greeting.
I'm just wondering, what do you plan on doing with that individual over there?
Speaking to them, they were attacked out of the blue, you see.
Hmm.
Which means they owe us 4 things. 1 for sparing them, and 3 for the insult of attacking us. And it's our right to
That
choose
does
what
sound
those things
insulting.
are.
Hmm.
Oh dear. Sounds like they're in quite a pickle.
What are
Well,
you doing out here?
what am I doing? Well, I was just looking around, picking a few things up. Deliveries and collections of the sorts.
You wouldn't happen to seen a dwarf with a one-horned helmet come through this way, have you?
Well, actually, as it happens, yes, I do know such a person.
Oh. Could you point us in his direction? He's an old friend of me, the big one. Gesturing towards not the centaur, the minotaur.
Hmm.
The not as big one.
Medium.
I suppose I could maybe show you where they are.
Like the mushrooms?
I trust this person way more than I trust those mushrooms, Garreth.
But maybe we shouldn't be too trusting, I think.
Why? This doll's very polite.
Yeah.
You remember what Talavar said in Lilybog Keep
Nope.
about keeping things close to the chest here.
Oh. I mean, I guess. But what's the doll gonna do to me?
You say that until you blow up or something.
Look, I don't want to hear it from the guy who can't even
Goodness,
swing
no.
his axe, okay? So, calm down.
Well, damn.
I don't plan on blowing up. No. That would be terribly unfortunate for myself. But, I mean, I could always be stitched back together again, I guess.
Hearing this, Baird will kind of like sort of like his ears say, as he looks towards like Clapperclaw for a moment, and he says, "You wouldn't be made by Mother Scab, would you?"
Granny? Yes, actually. Granny took care of me. She put in every little stitch. She gave me these little shoes and this pretty dress. Granny
What sort of
is
job-
wonderful.
What sort of job does she have you do? We
Oh,
made
why? Just do little errands for her. Picking things up, deliveries, that sort of thing.
Do you only pick up what she says, or do you pick up things that you like along the way? Baird is trying to like lay this off as like casual conversation, as a note. Like he's definitely.
I'm free to pursue my own little interests. Yes.
What do you like?
Have you met Sopig?
Oh, Sopig, you know them. Yes, Sopig is a friend of mine.
Oh, we're friends as well.
We get along quite nicely. Well then, in that case, you're a friend of mine too. And she does a little curtsy with her dress. Now, you asked, about finding Elkhorn. I can take you there.
Oh, you know?
Perhaps
You know him?
I do. I've learnt a little bit about him whilst he's been a guest of Granny Nightshade's.
Oh.
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 He's been a guest.
Of sorts, yes. A guest that has to be kept under lock and key.
Is this
Hmm.
is this a person that we got tied up over here? Is this also one of Granny's people?
Yeah,
Mm,
we never quite got any words out of them.
that might be a true statement, but I suppose they're under some sort of a contract. And they're not doing a very good job by the looks. Laying down on the floor. Granny would not be pleased.
Well,
I can take you and get you an audience with Granny if you like. On the condition that you keep this one alive.
hmm.
Maybe let them go?
Hmm. I like the
They-
first one. Don't
That
really like
way-
the second one.
Well,
would-
I can sort of cut out the middleman, so to speak.
What it sounds like is one of Granny's employees
Attacked
messed
us
with
without
us.
warning.
and we're entitled to some compensation from her.
Yes, if it was under her orders, then it means that the payment of the 3 must be done to us rather than must be from her than from this one. You know how employees and employers are. The manager is always to blame for the underlings' misdeeds.
I believe there is some amends to be made, indeed. That's why I offer you this little arrangement. And perhaps some tea? You'll be welcome as guests.
All right.
Ooh.
I can see some benefit there. But this one's payment, in return for such a decision, and we'll point down towards the towards this thing, will be clear cut and understood. They will bring no harm to anyone or anything in Prismere or any of the rest of any plane, except that which
That sounds like it might encroach on his contract. I'd have to take your proposal to Granny. I have not the authority to agree to this particular term.
But, and Baird will look at Vaike and say, an audience first thing in the morning might be an opportunity to meet Granny.
Vic's like
I will
picking
gladly get you an audience.
Vic's like picking his teeth with one of the quills from this guy. First thing in the morning sounds good to me.
And you'll let this one go. If you
We
wish
do-
to negotiate this thing, this Banshray's pact on their behalf, that's something you could do during the audience.
It does seem like we sort of have, you guys got someone we want under lock and key, or you guys have a guest, we have a guest. It would be fair to keep ourselves at equal footing. We'll take care of him.
I can promise you that at least in return I'm trying to think of a good way to word this.
You want an exchange of prisoners?
Guests.
Guests.
Ah, guests, yes. Well, if that's the case...
They did attack us without warning. We are firmly within our right to hold him.
She sort of tilts her head, blinks these kind of big, expressionless eyes, thinks for a moment, says, I'm not really sure how much weight Granny puts on the life of this one.
Well, I guess that's something we'll just have to find out.
But it is
You
good.
want an audience, nonetheless.
Having an opportunity to speak with Granny is worthwhile. And it is of no malice that is brought in the moment. We just wish to know a good deal many things.
You know what? As a show of good faith, why don't we let the doll take our guest back? And then first thing in the morning, we can meet you back here and get an audience.
First thing in the morning is a dangerous thing, Vaike.
Well,
Rather-
let's take a little bit of a rest. I'm thinking like maybe 8 hours.
Oh, goodness, hello. A little close for comfort.
Yeah, I'm
Can I
gonna
help you?
approach the doll and I'm gonna kind of like crouch down, like so I'm at height
Mhm.
with them.
Notus,
And I'm just
Okay.
gonna pull out 3 different ribbons from my pocket and just pick which one you like.
Okay, they were different colours.
I'm assuming so. I can't tell.
Okay, she'll pick a green ribbon.
Cool. I'm gonna tie it in her hair because to me it looks like she's unfinished, so I'm just gonna pop a bow on her head.
Interesting.
better.
Okay.
That's it.
She looks around and says, "This is a gift?"
Sure.
Notus is our seamstress.
Your outfit looked
seamstress?
unfinished, so I just...
This is the finishing touch I've always wanted. Now I have to repay you. Very well. I'll organize a little audience with Granny for you. Then you can negotiate whether you wish to exchange guests.
Mm.
In the meantime, no harm will come to the Banshee or Elkhorn.
Mm. Can you, as a show of good faith, can you take the Banshee with you?
I'm very small. Might not be able to drag him all the way. Maybe once they wake up.
Yeah,
Well, contracts are as binding as here in the Feywild. Contracts are as binding as any rope.
Yeah, I mean, as long
So
as
the debts and everything would remain regardless of what he does.
yeah,
So until he is free of our contracts, he is not allowed to harm anyone. I'm stating this outright. And this is our term for his ability to walk or move.
It doesn't look like he could hurt many people with the way he's tied up like now.
yeah.
Is the
So
Banshee
it makes
awake?
a little difference. I think it is starting to come too, actually. You've finished a short rest, right? Gloltic would be as well. And they recover 1 hit point. Same as Gloltic. Oh, my head.
Easy,
Vaike.
easy, soldier.
I saved you, Vaike.
Couldn't be more proud. Just lie there.
Tries
lie
to
there.
sit up.
No. Just you're good.
Baird will lean down.
Puts his head back in the leaves.
Baird will lean down over the Banshee and say, "You owe us a debt 4 times over for not killing you in the moment and for the insult of attacking us. Do you understand?"
He goes to reach up towards his lips and then realizes his hands are tied. Looks down. Looks around for his flute. Realizes he doesn't have it, and you see he seems to twitch slightly, and the flute magically reappears in his hand, like in the palm of his hand. And Pincushion says, Now, I hope you're not planning on using that on these folks. We have come to an agreement. And as soon as she says this, you see the Banshee turn around, and its wide insect-like eyes kind of observe Pincushion, and you see its shoulders kind of slump. Yes, now you understand. You've messed up, haven't you? Can't imagine Granny will be pleased with you.
I feel like everything.
What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, that's right. You can't speak without your flute. You see Pincushion kind of waddle over. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
And goes to reach for the flute. It lifts it up and puts it to its mouth, to the side of its mouth, not like it's aiming at someone. Says, there you go. And the Banshee tries to like blow on it, and again, seemingly no air passes through the flute, and yet you do all hear a voice almost telepathically ripple across your mind. And it says...
went out for a moment, and I'm now in temporarily.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Your mic got a little...
That was me.
My signal went out temporarily, and I am stuck on my phone for a moment while I reconnect my internet.
Oh, okay.
Understandable.
Oh, no worries. You're good. So the Bantry has got its flute to its mouth and is speaking telepathically.
I understand very well. Didn't expect you here so soon, Pincushion.
No, you need not say anything more. These folk are going to look after you.
No. You take
Unless,
him
of course,
back.
you wish to come to me.
Yeah, you take him back. We're gonna have a parlay. We'll return to this spot in 8 hours, and we'll have a
Vaike.
parlay.
Is there any ulterior motive as to why you want them to take them now? Because it seems suspect to me, and thus therefore suspect of Pincushion, as there being a reason why.
What, like above table? The reason?
Yeah,
I don't.
above
I
table.
don't.
Is there like a?
Yeah, we're gonna go back
You
to
don't
Little
want this
Oak.
venture?
I don't want him to come to Little Oak with us. So know where the whole
Right.
entire getaway gang is. That is like
Okay.
the one thing. So he can go.
Okay. Could you just roll me like just a deception check for me? I know you're not lying, but it's the closest thing to
It feels more
I
like a
understand.
persuasion. It's not really
I-
deception.
If Baird got the instinct that that's what it was about, he would be covering to assist Vague.
There is just this kind of blank. There's just this blank expression on Pincushion. She just sort of stares at you, like not really showing any tells or anything like that. Just stares at you. Says, "Well, you'll need to undo their bindings then. I'm not carrying this one all the way."
Oh yeah, no, I mean we're under agreement that this guy's not going to cause any trouble until we get our due, and then we'll
slowly undoing the Bantry's bindings. I say, and that would be 5.
It looks towards you and says,
I already owe plenty. I'm already paying back a debt. Pincushion, you need to tell these people what I am doing here, why I am charged to this place. Cannot keep accruing these debts.
Baird will say
"Well,
very
that
solemnly
will."
to both Pincushion and him and say, "Oh, this is the debt most dire. This is a life debt. Considering that we're sparing yours."
I'm sure all of that will be discussed during the little evening tea with Granny Nightshade, or morning as you seem to describe it.
Well,
Either way, stand up, dust yourself off. Come on.
Baird will look towards Pincushion and say, "Should Granny decide he isn't worth the effort, you do understand that debts would fall on the one his custody is put under." Looking towards Pincushion.
I understand very well. Come along now. And she like clicks her fingers, and you see the Bantry seemingly sighing and basically dragging his feet as they are kind of escorted away. And as they are escorted away, you see Pincushion pulling out of their dress a small little stuffed ball, like it's like a cushion, and it is indeed filled to the brim with the same needles that you guys were shot with. And she lifts it up and hands them to him, and he immediately starts like with one hand just pulls out all the needles and slots them away inside his own cloak.
They're a duo.
Yeah.
And Pincushion. There's a reason why they might be here. Deliveries, she said. In any case, yeah, you see them waddle off into the distance, and yeah, And she
Yep.
does actually say, just before she goes, I guess, in order to find Loomloach,
Mhm.
she turns and says, "Oh, and of course you'll need to know how to get here.
There?
Your friend, just follow the ticking sound.
Again?
All right? Follow. Bye." They disappear, and when she says that, she's looking at you, Garreth.
The ticking. But the ticking is somewhere else. The ticking is at red.
It's true.
Well,
And you currently don't hear any.
Did we all see that Pencushion gave the needles to what's their name?
Into the band tray.
Yeah, you did see it. It was subtle, but it was obvious to people who were like clearly looking in that direction.
In that case,
Um,
before we move on, I want to see if we can find more of those needles. They sound fun.
I'm picking my teeth
Okay.
with one right now.
You do have them, but the poison on them, that whatever was coated and put you to sleep, Gareth,
Mhm.
seems to have worn off.
Yeah.
And that little literal pin cushion that she may have handed the Bantry, that could have been the thing that was coated with them or had the magic on them.
Looking towards Winterbow and say, perhaps, and the Baird will say to Winterbow and just say calmly, it's best to play negotiation when you don't know exactly what your enemy is up to. It's the best way to fight is sometimes with words.
Perhaps that is where my tribe failed. The head-on approach only seemed to cause more distress and struggle. Instead, it weighed on my tribe to the point where they had to leave. This land is not bountiful anymore. The soil is not as rich as it once was.
So,
I'm
Well, for the-
afraid I am also a fading centaur. I feel my time here is slowly falling away, like the leaves of these trees.
Baird will sort of like look into the distance and say, it is hard when home doesn't feel like home. But that doesn't make it any less home. Things are destined to change. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But that doesn't mean, and Baird will sort of reach down and pick up the nicest looking like thing in this area, like a flower or just something with some beauty to it, and hold it up to Winterbow and say, and with time things heal.
Feels as though time is what is against me. This place is only slowly corrupting. But I appreciate the sentiment. It is hard to gather that hope when everything else has seemingly been devoid of it.
Baird looks at him with these like knowing eyes before he like breaks eye contact. And just says calmly,
If
hope is cultivated. It isn't free. It's a garden you must tend to. Because while it may not abandon you, it is much easier to abandon it than to continue to grow. Despair is an easy thing to slip into. And every day you fight for hope. You may yet find it easier to look at despair as though it was a greener grass on the other side of the fence.
Yeah. He seems to nod and acknowledge this. Well, I have not yet given up hope. Things may be dire here, but I will keep fighting, as should all of you. And perhaps this realm is still worth saving.
Is there a
It
place
is.
to find you, Winterbow?
You will hear my galloping hooves through the woods. I'll be on the outskirts of the mists. Should you need an ally, he reaches out to look through his
I
his
apologize.
belongings
My
and-
signal.
That's
I
all right.
apologize. My signal is going out again.
No, you're good. He does pull out a small horn, and he's going to gallop over towards Notus, actually, and says, "You fight well with a bow." And you see he too has a long bow, kind of like tied up over his shoulder. You seem to lead the charge as well. As such, you may take this. And he hands you the horn.
Notus did say BRB a minute ago.
He says, "I respect your silence. You seem to be the strong, silent type, but I will get going now."
Sorry, I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, yeah.
Winterbow said, "You fight well with a
Clapperclaws just
bow."
got home as well.
And Clapperclaws. Clapperclaw.
Clapperclaws
Welcome.
Still got home. On the back of Mischief, stirring him up. All right, sorry. Winterbow said you fight well with a bow, and says, "I'll let you look after this. You can call me, and I will come galloping out of the forest." For now, I will get going.
Question: he's given me this. What is this?
It's a way of summoning
But
them.
it's a horn.
A horn.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a way of calling him. Yeah. And
So how am I gonna
he
call
begins
him with a
to
bow?
Wait, oh.
with a horn.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't say horn. You gotta remember, I was away
I
from the
did,
desk.
but you were AFK. All right. Anyway, he's galloped off into the
Okay.
mists. Bye bye, Winterbow.
Before he left, I wanted to ask if they have seen a walking oil. What was it? Oil lamp? Oil can.
Oil can. No, he has not.
Okay.
He just shrugs and then gallops off. Sorry, he does not know about that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Though Glottic is on like 1 HP. He can begin to take a short rest as well.
Wait.
Which is going to be out. Yeah.
We're taking a new short rest.
He's not walking. I'm giving him a piggyback ride.
Sure. All right, then.
We're going back to Little Oak, folks. I'm
Back to Little Oak.
pretty tapped. Feel like we could all use a rest. We've been out here for a bit.
Here.
All right.
And Garreth, why are you
Some
small?
of Campestry is just very small. And after that short rest,
you're just big.
smallest. Maybe a little bit. Okay, Cure wounds. Damn. All right. Baltic back. He says, "Oh,
Wait, Lord,
I feel
did
strong
you
enough to
grow?
walk." No, wait, Garreth, you are definitely getting smaller, though.
Why is everyone growing so much faster?
Is he? How small is Garreth now?
I was only a
He's
couple of inches
a-
smaller, but now I'm.
he's about as tall as
That's-
Clapperclaw.
Let's talk Clapperclaw. Look at this
That's
little
half
guy.
size.
Yep.
I've lost at least 2 feet,
Mhm.
maybe
I'm
3.
gonna crouch down. Oh, look at this little guy.
Kirsty says, with or without the horns?
Or antlers, sorry.
Antlers.
Without. Oh, actually,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, with. No, with. So you're about a head taller than the
Okay.
Clapperclaw, but the antlers kind of keep that.
You're like
in
a
check.
you're like a little gingerbread man.
He does still smell of gingerbread.
Yeah. Do you want me to carry you to keep up? You got
No.
little legs. Are you sure?
You can sit on mischief.
I'm gonna sit on mischief.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Back to Little Oak.
Gloltic, do you need to sit on
Alright,
mischief
back-
too? Clapperclaw's okay to walk, so
I have feet.
No, I'm feeling just fine.
Nope. I'm
I
giving.
think I can manage.
I'm giving him a piggyback ride.
Didn't you see? Garreth filled me with energy.
Nope.
Like that cure wounds was like
Nope.
candy and sugar.
You gotta.
I
you
got
gotta-
like a
just-
sugar rush right now.
Gold Tick, don't fight this.
You may need to kick me from the
no.
the Foundry
no.
session because of my internet going in and out, so that I can rejoin it.
Okay.
Boot him.
Oh no.
All right. I'll go to. What's it called? Little Oak. Okay. Yeah. So you guys make it back fairly safely, I think. Didn't wander too far from them. So. Sure. Okay. Here you are back up in the treehouse. You see Little Oak lean all the way down, picks you up one by one, lifts you up all the way into the treehouse. Mm. And he has to be very delicate with Garreth. Plucks you,
Please
lifts
be
you up.
gentle.
And you land on a bunch of cushions. All right. Will swoops around as well as Bella and says, "Hey guys, welcome back. So, did you find Elkhorn?"
Yep. Good news.
Well, we found
gonna-
where he went, or was taken.
we have
Oh.
we have an audience with Granny tomorrow.
Wait, what? You're not going there to meet her?
We are.
With
We
Hey.
need to scout out the place.
We
Look at
have
it from
a-
the other way. If we go there, we are a distraction, and then you can do your stuff, or someone else.
Okay. All right.
I
I'll have
don't
to. He swoops around and says, "All right, I'll have to draw up a new plan."
Wait, whoa.
Maybe we
Sh-
shouldn't do it all at once.
Yeah.
A scouting mission and learning where things are, what it's like there. Maybe worthwhile for us to haven't been there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because we got attacked by one of her agents. We beat him to a pulp and used him to negotiate a talk, so that way we can get. She kidnapped one of our friends.
You see Salone ask, one of our agents? What exactly?
The thing
This,
with like the flute.
A
Bug
bench
like.
tray.
I'll take my toothpick.
Ah,
Show it.
Bantry.
He owes us 4
5.
debt. 5, actually, that's true.
Bantry, a bitter fey. Devoted to grief and fear. A treacherous little Ancelies. Well, Zeno says, well, you guys can rest here. We made you beds. You can relax. Recoup.
Hmm.
You look like you need it.
Will, before we rest, do you think we could speak?
Hmm.
Just
Sure.
me and you.
He flies up onto the higher sections of the tree. Nods as he does so.
I will
Kind
follow
of
him.
lands on his bed. You see Bella kind of is at the top of the ladder. And when you get there, she kind of has her her arms folded. And says, anything you can say in front of Will, you can say in front of me.
Baird will sort of calmly go, the thing that I'm afraid of, Bella, is not which I am afraid to say in front of you, but which Will may be afraid of saying in front of others.
Hmm.
I ask for privacy for
He
his
looks around. She goes, all right. You can come up then. You find kind of Will on the big double bed, and Bella kind of flitters around, lands on a cushion. So what is it, bed? Is it about the plans about tomorrow? He says, kind of like sarcastically, or something else.
It's a worry I have. Well, you've told us part of what's happened. We may need more to fully be able to put everything into perspective. Understanding what's
What
going
part
on.
of the story? What part of the story do you need to know?
What happened whenever you met the granny? And how did you help her? I can promise you that I'm quite good at keeping secrets. And he says this sort of offhand way, like he's joking about it, and he says, I'm even good at keeping secrets from people who told me the secrets themselves.
Huh? He kind of like scratches his head for a minute. Bella looks like she kind of raises an eyebrow. Roll me a persuasion check then, Bed.
Okay.
Because it is an uncomfortable subject for him, and Let's see if he's willing. Yeah, okay. The 20 streak continues. He sort of says, well, the moral of the story is you don't make deals with hags. This was a big mistake. We didn't have hags in Neverland, I guess. So, I was desperate. I asked the hag if I could be gifted with the ability to change my future and shape a new story, right? Like, I didn't want what was written for me. I wanted to change my own destiny. Well, I shouldn't have said the last part, which was at any cost. I didn't think of the words being used against me. I mean, I'm just a kid. The hag, she gave me powers. But I was also forced under her will to go out into the Feywild and kidnap the children that now work for her. Which is why I'm trying to right the wrong. I'm going there to fix this.
I don't mistrust your desire to fix it, Will. I never once distrusted it. Even with
Well,
Red's accusations, I never once distrusted it.
okay. Well, and that's kind of it. Bella found me and helped me break free of it. So now I can think for myself.
Baird will look towards Bella and say, would you be willing to enlighten me?
She can roll a persuasion check for this as well. You can also roll an insight check.
Sure, I will do both.
You can definitely tell there's more to the story, and Will's trying to snap it shut and close the book on this because it seems like it's a painful part of his story he doesn't want to reveal. Bella seems like she's got her mouth to one side, like trying not to elaborate on anything.
Baird will lean
Will?
forward and say, in sort of a calm tone, "You're more alike than you know, Will. Our words being twisted against us. Such simple things that could have been used in much kinder ways."
The hag twisted your words as well? What did they do to you? If you tell me what they did, I'll tell you as well. Bella sort of flutters close and says, "Are you sure, Will? I don't know if it's good to share that. People will see you differently."
Baird will lean forward and say, "Have you ever heard the story of the nameless child?"
Hmm. No.
Well, once upon a time, not too long ago, a group
As
of
you
friends
begin
went
to
to a party.
yeah.
Something that should have been fun.
As you begin to recount this story, the words that Will is listening to begin to sort of almost fade out, become more and more muffled. And Bella looks very concerned. And Will just looks confused. And Bella seems to say, okay, stop for a second. I see what's going on here. Bed, you don't have to. Maybe it's best that you save that story for when you can tell the ending you want to tell. I sense Will here is uncomfortable for the same reasons. He doesn't want to be known for this or stuck in this limbo. He wants to maybe do what's right first, focus on that, and worry about telling the story when they're on the other side, when they can explain fully what they learnt and how it all came good in the end.
It would be different if I didn't want to. How much every fiber of my being wants to.
Your curse won't let you. And as for removing a curse, Will wasn't entirely honest. I haven't fixed his curse. He's still under it. Just that I'm sort of, well, keeping it at bay, shall we say? Until we fully break it, it's important that I stick by him.
I presume you remember
only wish-
Zaelong, and that you were here
Oh,
in
yes.
some way.
Mm-hmm. I know Zaelong is probably unable to do anything right now. And it's not just Zaelong that's it's not just Zaelong. There's all my friends. People like me, other pixies I haven't seen or heard of in such a long time.
Many of
They
them
were all in the palace as well. Little chefs. We had an entire kitchen of pixies I would go and visit from time to time, but none of them have None of them has said hi and dropped by in a while.
So
And
they
I've
may
not
be
been able to get
downstairs.
in. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad the
So
police
I'm
found you. Friends are hard to come by.
we're your friend as well. We'll try and help as best we can. But you don't have to worry so much about getting this off your chest. It sounds like you're gonna keep struggling to until this curse is broken. There'll be a time to tell it all in its entirety. And people won't be left with a sad chapter. They'll be left with a happy ending. And maybe that's all that book was. Just an unhappy chapter. We'll add in a new page. And fix it all. Will sort of wiping away a tear. Sort of, Belle is a good friend. And I'm sure you're a good friend as well, Baird. Even if they don't remember.
I mean, you heard Vaike earlier. How much he detests lying.
Not lying. You're just doing what you can, right? And Bella says they'll understand.
I apologize for the intrusion.
Bella and Will seem to share a troubled look as you seem to get up and head back down. Don't give up hope, Baird. Bella flitters through.
Baird will look back and say, I never have. And I try not to.
Boom.
They let loose a little magic, and you see that they hand out a little bloom of this is what flower would this be? It's a tulip, a little tulip that just blossoms in their hand. They hand it to you.
It's a white tulip.
She would see as Baird reaches down and opens his little box and puts it inside before closing it.
Okay. And you head back down to the others, I guess, at some point?
Yeah. He definitely had not even been paying attention if any of the others tried to listen in or something.
All right. What would the others be up to? Start with Ulric.
All right, Ulric. Are we having this conversation in front of everybody, or are we having this conversation in private?
In private, I guess. What are we talking about?
All right, let's step outside.
Vaike, before you go,
What do you want, little man?
I need a trinket.
A trinket?
Yeah. I promise you something.
Like,
I had forgotten, but I need a trinket.
what are you
Else I
talking
can't
about?
give something challenge.
What? What type of trinket are we talking about? You need like
I need a trinket to store some magic for you.
I like
Oh,
to think
here.
Garrett's actually standing on that table there.
Yeah. Trying to look you in the eyes.
High five.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad
You know,
picked up on that.
still picking my teeth with this guy's little quill. I'll just hand it over to you.
What? Quill?
That's
The
a
needle.
needle. The needle, yeah.
And the needle from the fight.
Does that work?
I mean,
It's not a trinket, more like a weapon.
It needs to be a trinket, something that means a lot to me.
I mean,
Yeah, this one was used to do harm on you.
Okay, here. But I want this back.
This hasn't.
Is it gonna go away? Is the trinket gonna go away? Is it gonna disappear forever?
Is it?
You would know that, yes, it would.
Oh.
Is it gonna
Garrett
go
will
away?
read the-
Is it gonna go away forever?
Maybe?
Okay, I trust you, Garreth. I'm gonna
Baird will
hand
reach into
you.
his pack and pull out the crystal orb that allows an elf to hold it to sleep, and just hand it to Garreth.
Oh,
Oh.
Wait, what was you gonna give him, Vaike, anyway?
I was gonna give him my letter from Muse.
Okay. Is that a trinket as well?
It is a trinket.
Technically, it is.
I got it from a trinket table.
Okay. All right then. You can choose which one to give Garreth, Vaike. Baird's offering a little crystal ball.
No, I'll give him a letter from
It will
Muse.
serve as a trinket.
Okay. There are a couple of spells that I can give, but only one. I
Okay.
can give you healing.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you a warding against Fae.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can give you some sort of fireworks to make enemies more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that is all on the list that is available.
I can't like teleport. I can't like
I
blow
can't-
people up like you do. Can't put people to sleep like you do.
And those are of a kind of magic that I can't store
That's fine.
in an item.
Give me some healing. You know,
Healing?
just in
Okay.
case. Again, just in case.
Okay. So you begin doing this over the course of like an hour or so?
Yeah. So, but I will use the needle to pin a drop of blood on the letter as a
Oh.
source of.
Are you taking the letter, not
Connection.
the orb?
Yeah, I'm using the letter. The letter works way better for healing. If that makes sense.
Perfect. All right then. You would get to roll a nature check,
No.
and DC is relatively low here.
Is it like 10 plus spell level?
Yes.
Fuck.
Nature check -3.
No,
You got
nature is
this.
minus.
Mm.
Nature is -1, so I need to
okay,
roll a
okay.
13.
You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Can I assist? Oh,
Why would you
doesn't need
need
it.
to?
And that 20 streak continues. Holy crap! What
Hey,
the
this
hell?
is my first one
Um,
today. Okay, that's first success.
Yeah, but you guys are popping off. Yeah,
Mhm.
you take over an hour, and manage to inscribe this perfectly. This is mostly normally it's got to be something like of a natural element to it.
Mhm.
Parchment, I guess, is in a way natural because it's Made of wood?
Mhm.
Like wood?
Yeah,
Question mark? So
Okay. Yeah. What I'm
but the pine
imagining
needle
it
adding
to be at the
yeah.
end is that I would find a piece, like a stick or a log that's lying around on Little Oak.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I put a drop of blood on, and with a
Okay.
and I do in some carvings, signifying vitality, health, and a bit of emotion. And then with a ribbon, I tie the letter around it as a wrapper.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, perfect. All right. During that hour, though, we'll say, Vaike, you have some time to speak with Ulric.
Step outside, sir.
Sir.
You fall 30 feet.
It's
there not a-
all intentional.
Is there not a branch right here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Let's go
Why
sit on
not?
this branch over here.
You see the
Then I'll
Giant.
fall 30 feet.
tree end beginning to, yeah, like leans to one side as you're like, weight is on that side.
Yep, there's the Iron Body Brothers. Splatted on the ground. All right.
Oh, God.
So what's up?
What do you mean?
Come on, Ulric. We all know that you're the smart one, but that doesn't mean I'm dumb. Okay.
You're right. I mean, like, when we were in the cave a bit ago fighting the gold thing.
Yeah, you wrecked house. Was the last time you wrecked house today?
Yeah. But when my mom took my weapon, she said, "Wow, I almost dropped my microphone."
Whoa. Hold on to that.
She said, no more violence. But I don't know why she'd say that, because she, like, is all about that. But I feel like I can't not listen to her, you know? I mean, she's my mom, and I don't know why I could see her now, but this is the first time I've really even seen her since, well, hell,
Since
a
the
long
last
time
time.
ago.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's kind of the first thing she says to me. She says, "No more violence," and then she took my weapon. It just feels weird, you know. It don't feel right hitting things the same, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's very ambiguous, you know, no more violence. I mean a whole hell of a lot of things. But it's like if you ask me, right, we went into that cave, it said there's two pathways. You saw gold and you just ran straight for it.
Yeah, I sauntered. I wouldn't say it was a run.
It was a
A
all right,
brisk
whatever.
walk.
A brisk walk, whatever you want to say. But you ran in there, and for you caused the violence. You went in there and you started a ruckus. So maybe what she's trying to tell you is that you don't make more violence. You only prevent it and stop it when it shows up.
Yeah, but I mean, violence is violence. I mean, if I stop violence with it, I'm still doing it. And I mean, why would she take my weapon because of that? I mean,
You know, it's like when a butterfly goes into a cocoon. You know, it's a new beginning. You know, you got to get rid of that old weapon that has all of you know, all the blood that we spilled in the pit, and all the blood we spilled into this point. And now you got that new shiny axe, which you can say she only put an end to violence with.
Mm.
That's what I think. And also, Ulric, look, you're a smart cookie, so I can only assume your
I
mom.
am.
Yeah, I can only assume your mom's an even smarter one.
Mm.
She sees the situation we're in. She sees the situation you're in. Why would she tell you to stop? Because, I mean, look at what the unicorn just told us. We're not going to be able to free Zybilna if we don't fight the Jabberwock. And if you think I can fight the Jabberwock by myself, I also think I can fight the Jabberwock by myself. But currently, I don't think so. I think I need you, Ulric.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I do. I think I understand. I just don't know why
I-
it would happen that way. I mean, I don't really get a lot of the stuff that's happened since we've been here, but
I mean, look at me. Did you ever think I would be a monarch? I would be an esquire? I don't even know what an esquire is. Okay,
I
I'm
don't
holding
either.
on. I'm holding on to the hilt of a sword, and I can grow vines out of my arms. I don't know what this means. Apparently, I'm supposed to be the one to slay the Jabberwock, whatever that thing is. Okay, I, none of this makes any sense to me. The only thing I know is keep going forward, and the only other thing I know is to protect my friends. And Ulric, you're the only person that can help me protect my friends, because you're not one of my friends. You're my brother.
Yeah. Uh,
Look, I understand you got a lot to think about. I'll stand up, put a hand on your shoulder. Just think about it, okay? If you don't want to fight anymore, if you think that's what your mom means, I respect it. But just think about it, okay?
yeah, I will. I understand what you're saying.
Just, I know it's hard doing the thinking for both of us, so if you need a break, just let me know.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Dude, I know.
I don't even think butterflies go in cocoons. I don't think.
Are you
they do.
sure? I'm pretty sure they do.
I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure butterflies
I-
don't go into cocoons.
I think caterpillars do that.
See, Ulrich, you think for both of us, all right?
It's really hard.
It does happen to be a little butterfly just fluttering around Ulric as you're talking about this.
Is it spinning a cocoon?
Yeah. Is it spinning? No, it's not, but it's there. It's just chilling out. All right.
Anyways, I'm gonna go sleep like a sack of bricks. So if you need me, good luck.
Good luck. Okay. Yeah, this butterfly seems to flutter around for a while before sort of coming to a rest and landing on your horn. Can barely feel it though. All right. Whilst that's going on, Notus, did you want to do anything?
I am just going to sit by like the big scrap fabric pile, and I'm going to make this onesie.
My unicorn
You're gonna make the
onesie?
I'm
onesie.
going to make the unicorn onesie.
Hell yeah!
Amazing. Some of the kids come over to help you. And I'm imagining Clapperclaw as well, helping my little
Oh,
seamstress.
yeah.
Clapperclaw can cut the fabric.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Claw
I'll
takes
show the others how to
looking
do it, and then we can
mopey.
start like a production line.
Do I come in
Oh,
and see
no.
Goldtick looking mopey?
He is moping around a little.
Sir,
But huh?
what's the long face for?
Oh, just that I wasn't very helpful in the last fight, and
Look.
well, I guess I still saved your life, but
Oh, Goltik, sit down.
I feel like I didn't really earn my. I'm just not sure what I'm doing back here
Just
in the land of
Goltik,
the living.
sit down. I gotta talk to you.
Okay, he sits down.
The
Funny
vague,
enough, sits next to the targets.
yeah, foreshadowing, subtle foreshadowing. The Vaike that you saved, and I just realized this is why I felt so incomplete. He's missing. Where's Vaike 2 at? There he is.
Oh,
It worked.
they actually did. Okay, perfect. Sweet.
The Vaike that you saved was Vaike 2. Now, before you get disheartened, I couldn't be more proud of your actions. Putting your life for mine. Very proud of you. But
I
don't.
wasted my life.
No, you didn't waste your life. Okay.
What do you mean wasted your life? You're
no.
alive!
No life
My
is
sacrifice was in vain.
no.
Well,
Your
sacrifice.
Oh, your sacrifice was for Vaike.
Look. Your intentions were good, and that's all that matters. And it shows great character in you. And even if you weren't you weren't useless in a fight, because seeing you go down gave me the fuel I needed to end the fight. Not saying that you need to go
Really?
down in every fight, but
Oh, okay.
you definitely aren't. You definitely pulled your weight. Okay, it's not your fault. We didn't expect that attack. It happens. Look, ask
the new
Bird.
Krillin.
Yeah, the new.
He's like
ask,
Krillin, you're like Goku. Your friends have to go down for you to power up.
Uh-huh.
ask Bird how many fights where in the beginning I just got knocked unconscious, but due to me being unconscious, it still played out well. Right? How many times does that happen, Bird?
Baird
Too
will look
many
at
times.
Goltik and say, Vic makes quite a habit of doing it. To be honest, it makes you even more like him.
Whoa. It's not a habit, okay? It's all very tactical when I go down.
How many times,
Tactical.
Bird? 8?
No, not 8. That's just your
Tactical
favorite. That's your
uncon-
favorite number, okay? It's not 8.
I lost count after...
I believe it was 4.
Garreth, have you been good at counting?
I can count to 8, thank you.
That's all you need, really.
There was the time with the snakes. I believe there was a time with the Harangon before
Harangon,
that.
snakes, tree.
3 twice.
What? Tree once.
While they're arguing about numbers, Baird will get on one knee and look at Goltik and go, "It was not worthless to throw your hand.
I believe you went down twice with the mean locks. That's 5.
I just don't know why you even need a squire. Like, you're so strong and powerful, and you've got your echo that can take the hits for you instead and gets you out of danger.
Why do I need a squire?
Yeah.
Goltik, do you still just see yourself as my squire? Is that all you see yourself as?
I know I'm a sir now, but I still feel like I look up to you and learn from you. So yeah, I guess I kind of feel that way.
I'll get down and put a hand on his shoulder. You're more than a squire. I'd like to consider you a friend. And at this point,
Oh,
I want to teach you them as much as I can. So that way, one day when I leave Prismere, I'll know it's in good hands.
see him smile from ear to ear and stands up proud.
He's gonna leave you.
You're right, Vaike. You filled me with purpose again. That's my job. I'm gonna protect Prismere, and you're gonna teach me how to do that.
Yep. We're gonna teach each other how to do that. And don't act like earlier today
All
with
right.
the crocodile you didn't kick his butt. You were going ham. Same thing with the red caps. You were doing a fantastic job.
Really? Okay. I gotta learn to believe in myself as well.
Yeah.
And it varies.
Your swordsmanship has improved drastically. But unfortunately for the two of us, there are certain fights where we kind of get outclassed. If we can't run up and hit something, we gotta rely on the rest of our group to deal with them. So don't
Know
get it
my
twisted.
limitations.
No,
I get it.
no. You
Yes.
have no limitations. You just gotta know
Lean
when
on the
to-
strength of others?
Exactly. Because we're a team.
Ah. I get it now. Okay. Man, there's
That's
so
him.
much to learn, and it feels like most of this is just a matter of perspective.
That's a secret.
That's him. That's Vaike. I'm not a hero. Iron Body talking
That
like a
is
hero.
that is me. Esquire Vaike. I'm not a hero of the Lily Block Keep. Monica the Witchlight Carnival. Right hands I build it. That's me.
As the hero. Who keeps
I'm gonna get
saving
as many
people.
titles as you one day.
Oh, you will. You'll have more titles than me.
All right. I need to get back to training. He pulls out his longsword and starts going to town with this dummy.
Baird will sit down, and while Vaike is sort of like distracted for a moment, Vaike will start running Gultik through some of the drills that he remembers.
Okay.
I'm doing what?
Some beginner stuff.
Just like reiterating.
Okay. Yeah. He's picking up on. It's good to go over the basics, he says. All right. Does notice like it. Did you learn all this as well from Vaike? He seems like a great teacher. I guess he's taught you all a thing or two, huh?
Baird looks over towards Vaike, and then he sort of whispers in Gultik's ear and says, Vaike is quite good at inspiring people.
No, Garreth, I only went down 4 times, okay? The poison with the frogs doesn't count. That was a poison cookie.
You still went down. Also, that's
well-
6.
No, it's 4. Okay, I went down to the Meanolix once. I don't know where you're getting this 2 times from.
You went down twice.
I swear. You don't know how to count.
Bert,
Hmm?
Vaike went down twice with the mean locks, right?
I don't really remember it that well, Garreth. I remember you bleeding on the floor more than I remember anything else.
So you went down 2.
Not as many times as you did.
Mm,
Are we counting the times your echo goes down as another one?
Oh no, that
did
guy
that not
dies
count?
he dies all the time. No, he's cannon
Okay.
fodder, for sure.
Echo Vaike goes, he dies all the time. Echo Vaike literally shrugs and just like thumbs up. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Notice you're nearly finished with the onesie. Are there any other little details you want to add to it? You got a hood or a pockets?
Oh, it 100% has to have a hood
And pockets.
and pockets. Clapperclaw has
Okay, perfect.
specifically requested it have pockets, so it's going to have pockets.
It needs war warmers.
Is it
Vaike doesn't have claws.
amazing?
Oh yeah. Then
That-
hand.
It's easy to warm.
Yeah.
Hand pockets, you mean gloves?
You could do a Garreth or Clapperclaw-sized pocket in the front.
What
Can
you
we-
mean, like those cat hoodies?
Like papoose.
Like a kangaroo.
Yeah, a pouch.
Can we make a baby harness
Sure.
so I can strap Garreth to my chest?
You wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't be able to hold
my
me.
I won't stop trying. Your magic runs out. My body does
I am
not.
asked to do the thing. I will do the thing.
I'm not asking you. I said I was just.
Notice, please make me a baby harness. I need to keep track of this little mischief maker.
Notice don't.
I literally
Beautiful.
look at Mischief and I'm like, he won't fit in a baby harness.
Oh no! The tiny one. Then I point to Garreth. The little man.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah, I can do
no, don't. Notice,
No?
don't.
No?
Yes,
Nope.
no.
Notice
Yeah.
this.
This is
Notice,
getting very confusing.
this is
Don't make the harness.
this is what Strongheart would have wanted.
Hello, Peanut.
Peanut jumps in the harness.
Oh, Notus made it.
Yeah, that's
without
the perfect
trying to in the
size.
confusion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In the confusion, Notus has made a harness.
Yeah. Peanut seems to be nuzzling in, sniffing all the different fabrics.
Look, Garrett, we don't have to use it, but it's like if we're running away from something and your little legs can't keep up, you can just hop in real quick, okay?
You know, if he smells like gingerbread and he's a really small boy, shouldn't he be faster?
Is he
I
faster?
have an
Garrett?
idea.
Not
Can
yet.
I make it, rather than it being like a baby carrier, be it something like a platform for like someone's shoulders, so then Gareth can just stand?
Oh,
Oh,
that'd be
Notus-
sick. And
Can you
the
make a
Garreth,
platform? Can you make a platform on Ulric's shoulders?
the warlock tower. I understand.
Uh-huh.
Why not my shoulders? What is this Ulric guy got that I don't? My shoulders are
Height.
broader than his.
Height,
Oh.
broadness.
What I'm broader than him.
No.
I'm like a
Ulric
literal
is,
monster.
like,
I'm like,
twice as
I'm
broad as you
literally
are.
a cow.
You might
Like, I
literally
have
be
a
a
measuring
monster.
tape if you really want to have this contest.
yeah, let's have this contest. Hey, Ulric, get in here.
Orc's asleep. As soon as you walked, he like got comfy on the branch. He fell asleep.
Oh, he's on the ground. We left him behind.
I'm just gonna
Crashed
roll
down.
out.
I imagine that conveniently his horns would get stuck in between the branches, so he's just dangling there.
Still asleep.
Yep. Conked out. He spent too much time thinking. He got exhausted.
Ulric might literally be a monster, but figuratively, I'm a monster. So, but fine.
We're all monsters here.
Oh, I can carry Clapperclaw around.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. And then Gareth can use it if he wants. Has he gone smaller?
Okay.
No.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
But well, we'll finish the long rest and see what happens. Speaking of, I'm guessing everyone after you've finished making this onesie for him, you're getting everyone's got gifts for Vaike, it seems. You got a onesie. Gareth got you.
I mean, he's the only one who
The
requested
finished
anything.
one.
If someone else has something they want made, they just have to ask.
I
Seems
want it
Peanut
once.
keeps on nudging several bits of fabric.
Oh yeah. Get Peanut an outfit.
Not sure what.
I'm going
Not
to
sure
make
what they
Peanut
want,
a
but they
beanbag to
a
sleep on.
beanbag.
Like a beanbag to sleep on.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
Peanut wanted.
Okay. That's exactly it. Yeah, I mean they were hanging out on this cushion earlier. That makes sense. All right, perfect. Yeah, you make him a little beanbag. That's cute. Peanut falls asleep almost as instantly as Ulric. And there's much snoring throughout the treetops of of Little Oak. Did you want Little Oak to go anywhere whilst you're sleeping? That's the question.
Hmm. How far of a walk is it going to be to Granny Nightshades.
Loom Lurch.
Not too far. But
we
yeah,
just-
if you're heading to Loom Lurch, they
Oh,
can take you there.
I think we should keep them on the outskirts.
Or okay,
Yeah.
just chill
That way
out
they
for
don't
now.
get caught.
Rather than marching whilst you guys are sleeping, it'll sort of sit stationary. Okay, you guys can indeed begin to finish a long rest, and
Well,
Garreth,
Go.
Definitely
um,
stays up longer than
oh,
everyone else.
everyone's yeah, okay. You stay up.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
more in the sense of he doesn't really want to sleep, but he will.
Vaike, I added the spell to your character sheet.
What are you doing on mine? How did you get here?
And you
Ah.
confirm that I did it correctly, Chris?
Okay.
I do not.
well,
I did
It's
not
in
see
the
this
item part.
inventory.
Yeah, it will be an item.
Letter from Muse.
Okay, check.
No, it's spell totem cure wounds. But
Yeah,
it should
I
be
see it.
second level.
I see it.
It's at second level. Okay, we'll just make sure that's edited. Okay, you done
I-
it. Sweet.
I did the numbers already, and
Yeah.
I changed
Okay, so
the
it's 48. It'll be 48 when you come to use it.
yeah.
4D8.
Plus my modifier. Oh wait,
Mm-hmm.
my modifier. 1 moment. That should be plus 3.
But yeah, you are handed this small little. You said it was a twig with the
Not a
envelope kind of tied to
twig, more
a
like
branch.
a branch.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, branch.
in Vaike's hand, it might be a twig. I don't know.
Yeah. It felt like a branch to you. It was actually a tiny twig.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, and Garreth instructs you on how to use this. And Vaike, you actually need. Normally, you need some sort of way to cast a spell from a. This is the equivalent of a scroll. The way
Oh,
scrolls work in my game is that someone can scribe them even without arcana. Arcana is for like wizards, sorcery, warlocks type spells, but you can also inscribe cleric and paladin spells if you have religion, or druid and ranger spells if you have nature. So they've used nature, crafted this piece, and it normally allows people with a similar skill like nature to cast it. Now, seeing as you seem to like that skill, this is going to be tricky, though. This is part of a pact that you made with Garreth a long time ago. But this is the closest they can get to gifting you their magic in a way, in a sense.
so how do I use it? Do I just like break it over someone's head?
You remove.
How does he use it, Garreth?
You remove the letter from the
Mhm.
branch by breaking the string, and the string is actually a couple of golden locks. And you hold the letter over someone's wounds, and then hold over the branch and stroke it to what's the word? To have it pressed over the body, and that should run its magic.
Awesome. I'll make sure I use it whenever someone needs it. Definitely won't use it for myself when I do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect. When you guys come to wake up, well, Garreth, when you awaken,
Oh
you
no.
feel like your whole body is stiff and rigid. It feels like it can't even budge from its wherever you rested. I guess a bed, right, or a small cushion here. You just
Well,
stuck.
this chair, it looks like soft enough to become my bed.
Yeah, it looks like this was a cushion that's been ripped
Mhm.
open and all the stuffing's fallen out. You're like laying on this thing and you can't move anything. It feels like all you can do is kind of like blink. And you hear every time you do try to move something, you hear this kind of slight clicking sound.
Found her. Ding dong.
You found
Hello?
who? You
Granny.
see Peanut kind of wander over. And they kind of see you and like they seem to be confused as to what's going on here. But they like grab a hold of you and start to drag you out into the open. And you sort of toss, and as you fall onto the hard wood, everyone hears a kind of clatter of like wood on wood, like dunk dunk dunk.
Oh.
Everyone witnesses Garreth they've fallen onto their face, so they're like faces front down, and there is a small golden key on their back.
Oh no.
How big are they? How big is he?
I will turn the key.
You hear the winding sound as Garreth is wound up. And suddenly your limbs become animate and you start to like jutter and move. And you're able to stand back up.
Are those voluntary movements or are they forced movements?
No, they're voluntary.
Okay. This is weird.
And yeah, you hear a ticking sound
I hear a
inside
clock.
you.
Oh, inside. Not from a direction.
Yeah. Like there's a clockwork sound.
This isn't right.
How big is he? Is he tiny?
He is slightly smaller, not by much though. They are probably now smaller than Clapperclaw.
So he's probably like 2
if you're
feet
counting the
tall?
horns. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Woohoo! I got taller.
Hey, let's go, Clapperclaw.
Dude, am I recognized whenever I'm picking up Garreth off the floor and like twisting the key?
Not that small, Garrett. Yeah, not that small. Hold on. I'm gonna say you're about, like the.
Oh wait,
God,
this is
no,
how
that's
it
too
works.
How's the weather down there, little guy?
It's moist.
Mm.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Garrett, I don't think you were always a toy, right?
Well, I'm fun to play with.
Debatable.
I don't think I want to play with you.
Party pooper!
Well,
a lot of voice lines for a toy.
yeah. Like, do you have to? Can you move now that Bird wound up?
I can now.
You do a little dance
here. That would make somewhat easier.
You do feel a little wooden as well. Like all your limbs seem to be kind of like a colored wood, and their color is of gingerbread color. By the way, you can slightly see the texture. and
You
color
know,
of that.
I do have to question during this. Am I recognized when people walk in the room, or
Oh yeah, is bird or
Yeah, we were getting to that. So as you're coming down the ladder into this commotion, and yeah, there is suddenly all the children sort of shouting like, "Whoa! Hey, we got an intruder in our midst!" And all the kids are kind of like gathering around. There's a stranger up here. I don't remember letting you in.
What? It's
Whoa.
me.
Yeah, who
I'm
are you?
Garreth.
Whoa.
Not you.
Stand back, kids. Who are you?
an agent of Zaelong?
You got a name, Agent of Zaelong?
My friends call me Baird.
Chris, is my tattoo still on my arm?
Yes. Which one you mean?
The one.
Which one was that?
The one with
The-
Juniper?
The one from, yeah, Juniper one.
No. The
What
one
do you
that
mean
I,
the one
the
from
one that I got from the
Lilybog Keep?
from the frog guy.
Mm.
Yeah, that's still on here. Yeah,
Okay,
it would be.
cool.
I forget what it was exactly. It was a name, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you still have that on there.
Okay. Cool.
You're not sure
Then
of
I'll-
exactly the meaning behind it.
I'm not
But
sure the
yes.
meaning behind it, but it does still say the same name, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool.
Does.
I'll put my arm around Bird. Guys, this is all a big misunderstanding. This is my friend Bird.
What? Wait, when did Bird? I don't remember them being with you before.
Yeah,
They're late to the party.
You just gotta trust me on this one. Everything's all right. We both work for Zybilna. We met at the company party last year. It's totally fine.
I don't remember the company party.
Yeah,
Neither do I.
Wait, company party last year, not 8 years ago?
8 years, time's
Yesterday.
funky in the Feywild, all right? But they're fine. Everything's cool. I think the more pressing matter is what the hell's happening to Garreth. Look at him.
Hey, at least I'm not a frog.
Hey,
No
that's
offense
what
to you.
I was gonna bring that up. What's worse, being a frog or being a little toy?
Rah.
Wait,
You see
Ow.
the big toad. Yep, gives you some saliva damage with the friendly link.
Garreth, how fast can you move? Can you like run to the other side of the room?
Can I run to the other side of the
Hmm.
room?
Yes, I should mention your speed is definitely reduced in this form.
Uh,
This is what
About
This is what I'm telling
Baird
the
will
baby
actually.
behind.
Wait.
Baird
I
will
have-
actually say calmly, Gareth, do you mind?
under 20 feet.
Do I mind?
Fly
Do I mind
speed.
what?
Uh,
I don't know why
Baird
it's
will
there.
produce the wind-up key from.
Oh,
From
that's only an
okay.
hour, right?
Hmm.
Yes, but it could.
Are you gonna wind up key? Are you gonna wind up the wind up key?
It might work instead of the other key. A key with
Whoa.
some magic in it may keep going without winding. It's a key that winds keys, or rather winds up dolls. Or rather, things. And if you're a thing,
I'm a person. I'm a real boy.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but maybe we just gotta, have the baby harness. Garrett, it's nothing personal. After this adventure's over, we don't gotta talk about it, but you'll be slowing
How
us
about
down.
we? No.
Look at you can barely hobble around.
I don't need a baby harness. I'm just gonna use a mount.
What does Ulric got that I don't? I told you, look, I'm gonna stand next to Ulric. See, we're like the same, like we're similar build. We're just as wide as each other. I think I got broader shoulders.
I'm
Ulric is
3
horse.
feet taller. Basically the same height.
Yeah. Look, Bird, who has broader shoulders, me or Ulric?
I mean, both of you lost to Warduke.
What does that have to do with anything?
Wow.
That is, yeah, I know we
I
lost and
hate
everything.
that guy.
I hate that guy. Come on, it's just who has broader shoulders.
Ulric's gonna kind of like point to Vaike. He's gonna like point over to Vaike so Baird can say Vaike.
Baird will sort of grin softly and then point to Notus and say, "It's obviously Notus."
Ah,
You're right.
thought you wouldn't notice. No one liked the joke. Okay. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Let's go take care of business. Let's go meet with this grandma.
Mm.
Will, this is just a scouting mission, so no need to do anything brash.
Baird will look towards Bella and see if Bella has any recognition. At everyone at the chaos that occurred a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they seem to be observing, and they are casting a few, like, well, would they cast a spell? They're gonna need these for the day. She definitely looks confused and a little bewildered. Even she's kind of like scratching her head as to what's going on here. But seems to be eyeing you warily, and then looking back at Will, and then back at you. Seems she's a little confused, but seems to notice there's something up. Will, on the other hand, is like, "All right, everyone, quick to the meeting room, to the war room."
Oh, we have a war room. Hell yeah.
Heck. All right, take a seat.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Always.
Always.
No.
How long have you been here, Will? That's
not what I meant.
normal. It is what you said.
I own a chair in Bavlorna's house.
I also own a chair in Bavlorna's house.
I point to
Well,
like Mischief's saddle, which is one of the chairs I took before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you now all own a seat in Little Oak.
I'll gladly return it.
All right. Come on, you two, Peanut. Up on the table. All right. So, I've been drawing up a plan, and it took me all night scrambling to figure out what to do, but I think I've got it. So, you want to hear it out?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spill the tea. Ooh.
So, he rolls out a little battle map, and it's a layout of Loomlurch, but in a very cartoony, drawn-out style. Here we go. So send it to the chat.
Oh no.
Nope, doesn't want to send to the chat. Perfect. All right, well, let's see if I made a handout. Will. Nope. Plan. Damn it. All right, it's going in the Discord. Notes. Will's escape plan. It's called. It's a badly drawn map of Loomlurch. And you can see it says, my plan for escape with a misspelling of 4 and the E's crossed out is drawn out where there's like a little garden and there's pumpkins. And you can see that there's a big thing called distraction. And there's all these little buildings named the toy factory. There's a food place, pig pen, and then there's a bridge, and it's like a full-on layout. He says, right, you guys want to make an audience with Granny? I think that'll be here, just across the bridge. He kind of points to it on the oh, hey, here we go. It's finally loaded.
Bridge. Oh, there.
Yeah, past the bridge, there's a little tea room, I think. And then there's this just where it says distraction. This is like the little goblins candy shop. So you guys can also make a distraction here. Oh, but we've got to watch out for the scarecrows because they make really loud sounds. So that's where Bobby, Zen, and Salone are gonna just get attention of the scarecrows, and then we'll go in and we'll save the children whilst the tin soldiers are distracted. We got to watch out for the red caps though, because they're in this garden area too. But we'll fly in through the windows using Bella's magic and snatch up the kids and get out of there. And we'll run across the bridge to safety. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. What?
Can you
Whoa.
pick up the kids when you're flying?
Bit of pixie dust, right? That'll do the trick. Right, Bella? Well, I can usually produce enough pixie dust for one.
So we're going to. Where's the candy shop? What's it labeled as? Distraction?
Baird's going to.
Yeah, hold on. I drew a colored map as well.
Baird is going to speak up and go, I have a wild plan.
Okay.
Could we
Ready?
get the kids to play a game where they all decide they're rats?
Oh no! Oh!
I guess we could try.
Be quiet as a mouse.
Garreth,
Yeah, I drew a colored version too.
Baird will look at Ulric and say, Ulric, could you go climb down the tree?
Yeah. Are you?
Oh no.
Are you like requesting me to do that with like the flute, or are you just like asking me to?
I'm just asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave the room.
Oh yeah,
and,
sure.
Completely just like leave, go like have Little Oak put you down at the bottom.
All right, sure. Yeah, I'll go.
And then as soon as Ulric is like down, we see him like down there. I will tell everyone to close their eyes for half a second as I pull out the flute pipe of the sewers, and I'll use a charge to summon rats.
Oh my
Does
god.
Ulric come running up?
I imagine Ulric appears.
He explodes out of the fabric pile here, bursts out from behind the settee, leaping into the action, and he's still got like a blouse on his horns.
And like everyone does a double take, like looking down where he just was upstairs.
What happens to me?
Yeah. You don't get pulled along. You're just you shouldn't even be down there.
No, I was sitting on Ulric's horns or shoulder or whatever.
Well then you're probably left behind. You're all the way down there at the bottom.
Oh no.
It only summons Ulric. You're not a rat.
Damn it.
Because if you can get all the kids to pretend they're rats, and then
Little Oak,
help,
help!
I would say,
Yeah.
Bert will say, our friend Ulric is the fastest rat in all of Prismere, and if all the kids are rats...
Yeah, but how do we get the
Thank you,
kids to
Mischief.
be... How do we get the kids to be rats, though?
That's crazy. Wait, yeah. I think it's gonna have to work where you have to believe you're a rat.
Yeah.
It's easy for Ulrich to do, but these kids are smart, so they might not
Hey,
pull.
hey! Don't
What?
talk about my brother like that, okay?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Here, by the way, I drew another map. This one you can see where the candy stores are.
Okay. This one makes more sense. Okay.
What's that little
Yeah.
dog?
It's good.
That's a
Oh,
pig.
that's a pig. Can't you see there's a? Can you see the swirly tail?
Weird.
The curly tail. It's clearly a
What's that in
pig.
the back? Next to the buff.
Weird shrooms.
No, Garreth, we're not making a stop at the weird truth. So
Yeah, there's these weird angry mushrooms back there.
So we're gonna
Oh,
go to the front.
angry.
We're gonna go have our meeting with Granny.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find a stupid painting.
We don't have to get the painting now.
We do.
We do.
Well-
Because if we're gonna be doing this, maybe what we do, maybe we ask her for a tour of the toy factory. She can show us around and we can find the painting that way.
That may be fair.
Mm.
And then we take her to the candy store. She can show us around the candy shop, and that's when the plan goes off.
I will pull out and I'll say, Sir Talavar did send me with this, and I will pull out Adage.
What's that do?
Mm.
Can you ask Adage if we should take the portraits when we get there, or another time?
Yeah, I'll do, or I could ask about the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You can do both,
I
right?
can only do one.
Really?
I only get one.
What kind of stupid sword is that?
What do you say, Will? Let's see. Let's see if Adage likes the plan.
Okay.
And I will. I imagine that I like flip Adage in my hand and like as like the casting for augury, I like sort of pin the plans to the table in like that classic like style, and I listen to like the sound, like the sound will come out as the augury, like as it rings as I stab it into the table.
Hmm. All right. So it seems to hold there for a moment, like holding upright, and it's stuck right there in the kitchen area, as they keep saying, the food place. It seems like on the drawing they've like drawn like their point of entry, where they're going to go in through the food place, and then search the sections one by one, and the other line on here is you guys crossing the bridge going in to the little tea room here.
Mm.
It is the dagger will hover there for a moment and then fall over and clatter across the table. And it seems to fall down and point towards the tea room where you guys are expected to be. And the handle is also pointing towards where the food place is, the kitchen. both of the points of kind of entry where you guys plan to go in.
So,
Yeah.
so weal and woe.
Hmm. Effectively, yes. It's as though many things. It feels as though, yeah, this is a daring plan, and there are many things that can go wrong. But that's what the kids have to come up with.
Should we send any of us with you?
You see the other children answer this for him and say, "Oh, it's okay. Will's done this a load of times. That's how we got me, Zena, and Salone out."
I feel like this is a great plan, Will. We'll distract her.
How
We'll keep
many?
her. We'll keep her in the tea room. And just the only thing we ask is keep your eyes peeled for a family portrait of the hags. That's what we're looking for, right?
Oh, okay.
Um,
You're asking how many, Garreth? Bobby says it's worked 3 times.
No. How many are actually going in?
Oh, okay.
Oh, but oh, and
What?
how many people did you get
It's
out
worked.
each time?
1. Bella says, "Yeah, only 1 because that's as many people as I can help fly out of there. I only got 1. Pixies can only make 1 pixie dust per day. Okay."
Mm. Garreth, there's a toy
So
factory.
yeah, it's bound to work a 4th time.
I don't like this.
what's wrong?
3 times
Four.
the charm.
4 is not enough.
4 is too much.
4?
Garreth, you can't
4
let
is
your life.
4.
You can't let your life be ruled by superstition.
This isn't superstition. This is the rules.
Look, what have the rules ever applied to us?
Always,
Plenty of
the whole
times.
Yeah.
time. The whole time, Vaike.
Literally, when we all got cursed at the carnival 8 years ago.
Look, we got cursed in the carnival 8 years ago, and look at us now. What are we doing? We're planning a heist in a hag's domain. So I would say that we are breaking the rules. So
No.
just
We are
Aw.
getting Florna's family portrait back for her.
and a couple kids on the side, right?
No,
There's
that's Will.
oh, okay. So we're no affiliation with Will then. That's our alibi?
No offense.
So if their plan goes awry and they get captured, we have no idea who they are. That's what you're saying.
Baird will produce the marsh bubble pop and say, "If you were flying, could you push the bubble?"
Who you asking?
Bubble Pop.
The will. I have a bottle of marsh bubble pop, which sends you 30 feet in the air
Okay.
vertically, and it lets you hover. And
That might get another kid out.
okay,
We need 5 kids.
so that's 2.
So that's 2.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. They won't be able to keep up with that. Look, I get my plan is pretty sketchy, but that's how I like to do things. I live by the seat of my pants.
I like your plan though.
And so Glotzik says, wasn't the original plan to just sort of have an audience and then scout the place out?
I think that is a better plan.
It's up to you guys, but there's nothing stopping us doing this plan again.
That's
If
true.
you return.
You think Will, it may be safer for us to scout first, and then we can go for the plan later.
Bella says, "Yeah, we don't have to be so hasty."
But I mean, if
Will says, I just don't want to waste an opportunity, you know? You
think
guys are the best chance we've had up till now. You seem like you're strong, and
you think
you
if
know.
instead of trying to get a kid out, you could try to secure a better escape later? I.e., something like leaving a door unlocked, or like finding a way to
Oh,
Or a door locked.
okay.
or a door locked.
Interesting.
That
See,
is
now I'm only just learning about everyone's interesting plans, and all right, well, it sounds like you got even more ideas up your sleeves.
I like Will's plan.
Oh,
I
well,
liked it the first 3
thank you,
times.
Vaike. Peanut looks at you strangely.
I look at my little butterfly balloon and I think about it for a second and I'm like, what do you even do? For a second before I like turn back.
Hmm.
But I think
Seems to
Will's
hover
right. This
there.
is a great distraction for them to get another kid out. And if Granny Nightshade presses us about how this happened while we were here, we have no connection to Will of the Feywild. All right? Deny, deny, deny.
I think it is a
You mean
dangerous
lie?
Deny, deny,
We
deny.
need-
It's a dangerous game to play, Vaike.
Mm.
We don't even have a jack.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Jack.
No, Jack's fine. It's just
Speaking of, where can I check the telescope? I want to check on Jack.
Very small Garreth.
Uh huh.
The telescope?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the top of it's from the other map. The
Oh, right, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to go back up to there? Be another perception check. Perception check.
Jack.
Yes.
Oh no, Jack
Okay.
has disappeared.
The mists have kind of shifted around a little bit, and does seem to obscure the mountainside this morning. In your head, it's morning. It's still evening, but
Mhm.
the mists seem to cloud it slightly.
Baird
can't
will
see over
ask
there.
Will, do you know of any weaknesses that Scab has?
Well, yes, actually. I do know one. Here.
Ooh.
He pulls out a crumpled piece of paper from one of his pockets and begins to sort of straighten it out across the table.
Okay. I have a feeling I know what this is, but Will, go on.
He says, as you can see, she's a terrible drawer. She got my nose completely wrong.
wow.
Wait. Don't you have? Oh no, that's not dreads. Your hair is too
She
curly.
gave me a pig nose.
Why did she give you a big nose? That's the question.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm a, as she puts it, annoying little swine.
Oh, whoa. Wait, if we bring you to her, we get the heart of the one we love?
That's
Don't ignore that. He crumples it back up.
that's probably literally their still beating heart from their chest, Vic, you know?
Hey, to be fair, if we were to love, what's his name, Octavie?
You think you're gonna steal like
Wow. Holy, we can get a hag versus hag fight. Holy. It's like a kaiju battle. Hell yeah.
Like a kaiju
All right,
battle.
guys, what are we doing? Are we gonna go with Will's plan? I feel like it's good for Will's plan to go off while we're there, so in case something happens, we can be there to help him. Like Garrett said, fourth time is not the charm. So if something bad happens, then we'll be there to help.
But we could be on the other side of the plan if we do it the other way.
Well, if we go there and we scout it out, like
Uh-huh.
we go there, we scout
Or
it
we
out.
could split up.
No,
I could talk to her.
no, you're not going in there to talk to a hag by yourself. I refuse. I feel like the Junipers should go talk to the hag. What are you guys? The rabble rousers, the lost kids. Well, what's your group?
Oh, the getaway gang.
The getaway
gang.
You guys should do your part of the plan. And if the alarms go off and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" We just deny. She has no idea that we know who Will is.
Garreth,
Hmm?
would you be okay playing doll?
Or she recognizes me. I'm pretty sure.
Why would she recognize you?
She knows my sister.
Oh, so? Me and you look kind of similar, Garrett.
Huh?
Blonde hair.
If I pick up Garreth and like straighten him out, does he just look like an inanimate doll if he like tries really hard not to move?
I mean, do I need to try really hard for that?
He is a little bit how do you put it? He's still got like the hair and the clothes are on him, but yeah, his flesh is also somewhere between wood and flesh. Like it's kind of spongy texture. It's odd. You wouldn't look at it and go immediately like that's a
Hey,
real
that's a human.
person, nor would you look at it and go that's an inanimate object. It's like this weird phase in between.
If I pull out
Half and half.
If I pull out the Baird Nutcracker and I set them next to each other, is the Baird Nutcracker in association enough to make it look more not real than real?
The Nutcracker looks, yeah. When you look at the two, he sticks out more real than the Nutcracker. Also, the Nutcracker is quite a bit smaller than Garreth as well. Garreth is still about like a just barely 2 foot tall thing. Whilst you are small like this, weapon attacks do 1d4 less damage, and you have disadvantage on strength checks as well. Just so you know, but that hasn't come up yet. Probably won't.
Strength checks?
They probably won't come up. I doubt it anyway, because you're not a strength-based character. But
I could.
You're under the effects of like
1d4 less or
reducer.
1d4 attack using
Less.
strength.
Will,
Yeah.
does
It's attacks.
does Granny like
weapon
music?
attacks?
Weapon. Okay.
Yeah. Granny, I don't know why. Haven't really heard her. No, she likes gardening and stuff like that. Clapperclaw, you would know a bit more about this than Will as well. And speaking of, I don't know whether you saw that message in the chat earlier.
I did.
Okay, yeah. But
Well, it was.
you
it
would
was
know
relayed
a little bit
to me.
more. Okay, perfect. Then, yeah, you would know more about her likes and dislikes as well. You know, Granny likes, gardening, and she always seems to be looking for new ways to fertilize her garden. And what else? Obviously, she likes making toys, and she has an interest in candy as well, which is why she lets the goblins trade there.
Mhm.
And what else? You know, she has a library. And you know she has a kitchen. And that's about as much as you remember. You've never been inside her own like quarters, inside her own what's it called? Room. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, you say she likes gardening, but is she good at gardening? There is a difference.
Her garden is what you would call unconventional, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen her plant all kinds of weird things in there. Also, she keeps a little farm of pigs and goats.
Okay.
But the things that have been grown in there, some of them are like not what you'd expect. You've seen things like moving around in the earth before.
Okay.
Well, let's get closer to the
Unconventional.
ledge, I think. But I think that
Okay.
it's best to. I think it would be best to scout it out. Where do the votes fall?
Wait, the what? What?
The votes.
Oh.
So you've got two options basically. Follow through with Will's plan, make a big distraction whilst Will goes in through the kitchen, tries to save as many kids as possible, and the other Zena, Salone, Bobby tries to like distract the scarecrows as well. Though that plan apparently is Will and Woe, according to adage. Though the other plan is to simply go through with the audience, talk with Granny Nightshade, and then gather information without like angering her initially, like trying not to piss her off or anything, and then return back and then formulate a plan with given more information. That's your two options right now.
My vote is to play it safe. No reason to rush in when we have time.
We don't have time.
We do.
Will
I
has
thought
time. We
we
don't.
had like we got more like 6 more long rests. Galtic says more like 5, I think
Yeah,
now.
140 hours ish.
You took a long rest before you left.
This is
And
our
you took a
second long rest.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so 6 days. Okay.
144 hours.
Uh-huh. So yeah, take a vote, guys. What would you like to do?
All right, let's be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. If you guys insist.
I think the distraction sounds a bit more fun, but I think we should probably be a little safe.
Okay.
Notus.
Notus.
I vote safe as well because if there's a distraction, I can't deny I become a liability. I'm going to give it away.
So it means that whatever happens, Notus will be better on the stealth team.
Why? Why does Notus give it away? Oh, I guess Notus can't lie. Huh? Notus, can you tell a lie right now?
You can ask me a question and I'll answer it.
Do you pick your nose?
He asked you a question.
Yeah, do you pick your nose?
No, I can't reach my nose behind the mask.
Is that
There
a
you go.
truthful statement? Can I do an inside check on that?
Sure. Yeah, are you
You
sure?
said ask you a question.
You did, and I answered the question.
Uh-huh.
Is that a lie?
It's not a lie.
Ah.
So we're all like asking that. Notus, Baird will go.
All right. Sounds like you guys made your mind up. Unless bad, was it bad? You I don't know much about you, but you seem to have sided on safe first, so I guess that's it. Well, we're gonna hang back here then for now.
Hold down the fort.
Can I incite that?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-oh.
Don't forget, we still have Red. He said he was gonna help us. Guess
That
we'll
is
figure
true.
out what to do with him.
I mean, we told him we'd come when you're ready. When we're ready for him. Wasn't no guarantee it would be today. Or tomorrow.
So Will just seems a little hasty, and he does seem to. He's obviously not too happy. You guys want to just talk with the hag, and there's perhaps a little bit of apprehension, and he doesn't want you to talk with the hag. You can feel that Vaike more than anyone else. Others, you just think guys just being hasty. What was it? Vaike got 14?
I got 12.
Oh no, that was for the light 12. Yeah, it just seems like he thinks talking with the hag's a bad idea, maybe. But to everyone else, you just think he's like just being hasty and he wants to do it now, right? Like a typical kid, wants to do the thing now. Want to do the thing, let's do the
Uh-huh.
thing. But to Vaike, you're picking up a little bit more, like, yeah.
Baird will walk up to Will, and with a smile and a wink, he will say, "That dagger. I wonder who gave it to you," and then give him a wink. As he begins to walk down.
Huh? The hell did
What
how do you
dagger?
think they are?
Did you give the dagger? Oh yeah, you gave
found
the
this
dagger.
Found this dagger. It's my dagger.
Then what explains the rooster on the handle? And then he will slip down.
It's the Feywild coincidence.
There's no coincidences here, and you know that, Will.
I'll head down.
He raises an eyebrow.
Me, Big 2, and Gold Tick. Geronimo!
Anyway, go on. Be on your way. Go chit chat with the hag. And, yeah, have a grand old time.
Yep, I will.
And also, don't turn up unannounced next time. Or else Little Oak might just squash you. That's not a threat. Just saying. Intruders usually get on the wrong side of a tree.
Baird will just say very calmly, "I was never once an intruder in your house."
Only
You
twice.
could have been. I'm just saying, be warned. If Little Oak here protects us, okay? If he doesn't recognize someone, he might just, turn you into earthworm.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. All right. You see him lean back on his big armchair, stroking Peanut.
Stay safe, Peanut.
Did I ever get that unicorn onesie?
Yes, it's all fully stitched and ready to wear.
Awesome.
Okay. You head down.
Yep.
Okay. All right, you slide down from Little Oak all the way down to the bottom, and you guys are free to set off towards Loomlodge. And I guess you were told to follow the ticking.
Mm-hmm.
What type of ticking are they
Well-
talking about? Does anybody know?
Wait, you don't hear the ticking?
Are you telling me you do, you small man?
Yeah?
It's like the frog, Vaike.
What? What's wrong?
Well,
Ulric?
when we got closer to Slackjaw, you became greener and greener.
I don't recall.
Okay. Garreth, which way do you go? As it seems everyone's looking to you. Well, there is one other
It's
person who
around
might know the way,
here.
but just pick a
Clapperclaw,
direct
do you
this
know
way.
the way? Clapperclaw, do you
Eeny,
know the
meeny,
way?
miny. Well, wait.
Wait, hold on. Does Clapperclaw know?
Clapperclaw's away from the desk at the moment. She'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
1, 2,
All right. Let's let
3.
Garreth figure it out then.
Come on,
Yeah,
Garrett.
where Garrett is right now, actually.
Okay. As Gareth heads off in
believe
this
it's this
direction,
way.
you hear his little joints kind of clog up more and more, and they become more jittery, and you see his hands and legs kind of slowing down. And before long, Gareth, you feel all your joints are stiff as a bone. Eventually, he stops walking, his waist gives out, and you see him lean forward and down to the ground.
I will crank his key again.
You crank him back up. Yep. And Gareth, you find you got mobility again for a brief moment.
Define brief moments.
Depends on where you go, because time and space is in the Feywild is peculiar indeed.
But this is the wrong direction. Is that what's happening?
Do you keep going in that direction?
How is the ticking going?
You're
Is
ticking
it-
again.
Oh. Okay, maybe not this way.
Gareth, you begin to even after only a few moments, and you swear you wound him right back up to full bed, but as soon as Gareth starts heading in this direction, he starts to all unwind again.
Oh no. Okay, I will retrieve him and
Lift him back up.
Yep.
3 times the
Wind him
charm.
back up. This time, when he starts heading in this direction, he continues to march on, and it
Okay.
seems as though the ticking persists. And before long, begin to arrive at a peculiar location. Let's find the description. Yes. Okay. So, as you're going, you do see more and more trees are kind of losing their leaves as well. More and more have like fallen over and been uprooted. And although there is this kind of smell of rotten vegetation in the air, there's also seemingly masked by a sweeter scent as well. And smells to you very familiar, Gareth. And to the others perhaps as well, a little bit of the carnival. It smells like candy in the air. But it's like when you try to like put perfume over something that's like rotting and decaying. It's like
on a
you can
scale
still
of
smell
1
the
to
rot.
8, how much does this remind me of Granny?
From
way
Granny.
back.
This candy is different. It smells
Okay.
more like far sweeter. The other one had a gingerbread like smell to it. This is more like sweets, like hard boiled sweets and sugary syrup. But yeah, you get closer and closer, and you start to see the forest looks darkest here more than anywhere else. Let's grab. Let's go with this. So, up ahead, you see a colossal dead oak lies on its side. There are 3 living trees that seem to grow naturally out of its fallen remains. Their shapes resemble towers with candlelit windows twinkling in the gloom, and wooden balconies encircling gnarled branches. On one side of the fallen tree, firelight spills from a pair of quaint storefront windows, illuminating a clearing filled with merchant stalls. And I'll take you to the map, because it's got a good piece of art on it. In fact, the best piece of art. In fact, you've actually filled out all 6. You filled out the bingo card. Yay!
Bingo!
You,
Wait, all 6?
Yeah,
Ew.
mhm.
All 6.
This is
Too
this is a
short.
fairy ring. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is a fairy ring with little mushrooms, and this is what I described. There is a bridge connecting it towards the little merchant stalls. You can see the 2 windows on the side there.
And I presume this left area is the way
And-
to
That's the
The-
tea party.
the tea room.
Tea room, yeah. There's a second bridge that connects into the gnarled roots that have all been twisted and
But I
warped
thought
into like
This was the second
conservatory.
bridge. The map says
There's 2
this was
bridges.
bridge 2.
Right, for sure. This is 2 bridge number whatever. Bridge number 2 here then. Yeah, and you can hear the sound of like goats bleating on the other side of this whole tree trunk, and you can also hear like this sound of pigs as well, kind of grunting.
I will
And
speak with animals as a ritual before we ever approach either of the. Just to hear what the pigs and goats are bleating about.
Okay. Sure. You can hear them sort of talking amongst one another, sort of saying, hey, spare some for me. No, there's not enough to go around. You're gonna have to fight for it. And the goats are sort of bleating something along the lines of, there's something wrong about those pumpkins. I saw one of them wiggling around like it was alive.
They're talking about the pumpkins.
Mm-hmm. Does appear to be. Maybe there's a patch of pumpkins on the other side.
Maybe
Well-
Jack's here.
And they,
'cause I couldn't
one of
see
them
him.
says, they say the pumpkins move. I saw the compost heap move as well.
Oh no.
Like, best not to think about it.
Lean forward, I have a feeling I know what the compost heap would be.
Is the Grayos.
No, I think it's a shambling
Something.
mound. It's almost always gonna be.
Oh no!
That's my worry.
Okay. Then, as you guys arrive in this location, you probably alert the presence of several goblins. And one in particular will probably approach you. But let's get you onto the map first. Where is the party?
Whew,
Oh my goodness.
what a spicy
Wait,
mess.
that work?
I
God.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one. Oh, and Garreth, as you're approaching, shorter and shorter still do you shrink to the size
So
of
it'd be over
a
here?
tiny little. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a tiny little doll, pretty much. And at this point, you have fully transformed into what looks to be a gingerbread man, but a wind-up gingerbread man. You've got little gumdrop buttons down your front. Your
Oh,
head is
no.
much more circular and flat, and your limbs are kind of like
Can
little wooden gingerbread.
you know what? I
Mhm.
think now would be the time to do it. Well, if any time, now's the time to do it. I will attempt to use the
Wind-up
wind-up
key.
key on Garreth.
He is technically still a creature, and he does actually have his own wind-up key.
Can I his wind-up key to keep it turning.
You wind up the wind-up key. So you
I wind
you
up
want
the
to
wind-up
animate
key
the
so that
animated.
I
Right, I
animate
see what you're
the
doing.
so that it can turn itself.
Right. Okay, that's the only one. That's the only thing you care about right now. It's making sure it doesn't suddenly give out and he's stuck without anyone having to wind him up.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. The wind-up key itself is probably an inanimate object. So you wind up the wind-up key, and it's animated for an hour. Correct.
Yep.
All right. There you go. So Garreth, for an hour, your key seems to turn itself. And it pats you on the back,
Verbal.
almost as if to say, "I got you, bro."
Can I still speak when the wind-up key is out?
Falteringly.
Okay. So I could still use a spell that only requires a verbal component.
No, you're considered
Oh.
paralyzed,
Damn it!
but not with the key winding you up. You can continue to move around as long as that key keeps turning. Gloltic says, that goblin over there seems to be coming towards us. At least I think it's a goblin. Is that an apple on its head?
What the hell is this thing?
Tomato Man.
You smell the smell of like toffee in the air as they begin to approach.
I wave at one of them. At that one, I wave.
They wave back and they kind of stop at the edge of the bridge here, and they kind of like beckon you over.
I will sort of yell. I will sort of like yell. I'll go. We're here to see Granny. We'll meet you after.
They say they call out, Granny, you gotta take some candy first. Oh, we got lots of candy. Please come. You gotta try some. It's the best.
What's the payment for it?
Payment? Oh, yeah. How can I forget? You gotta pay something. Got a few trinkets, maybe? We'll have those.
We'll be back after our visit. Don't want to keep her waiting.
You visiting Granny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll let him know you're here.
Thanks.
I will also while we're over here, I'll call out the pin cushion.
Where is Pincushion? That's the question, I guess. You do hear this guy calling out into the store, into the front here, into the toy shop, and he's like, "Pincushion, you got visitors. You gonna see to them, or shall I let them in?" And you start to hear a little waddling sound, and you hear a stool kind of moved over to the window. And that's when you see Pincushion like leaning out and sees the rest of you. And they go, "Oh, there you are. Well, I will be right round. Just wait there." And she comes out of this door, I believe.
I will start
At the front?
arranging a bunch of little like just extra like cookies and things from the from Norlop. Like just way back when, like just like things that we've had as like rations and like but these nice little cookies and things, and like start arranging them in like little like with my handkerchiefs and stuff into like a little care package, I guess, because it's a tea room and I should bring something for a tea room.
He says, welcome everyone. I think I spoke with you all. Don't
Yep.
recognize some of you.
Don't worry, that's just Yep, we were all here last time. Don't worry.
Well,
I'm
you
the
are?
I'm the bard. I'm a traveler. I always find myself with
Mhm.
different people. But I'm always here to
Tilts to
help
the head.
provide a little extra pizzazz.
They blink a few times, looking at you up and down. Very well. In that case, if everyone would like to follow me. And quick question before anything else. Clapperclaw. Is Clapperclaw coming in, or
Are you gonna stay outside?
is
Clapperclaw?
that's,
The question.
or are you even visible?
You kind of see them hovering a moment. I will mention that they have been following Garrett very closely the entire time, looking as quizzical as possible. Almost like
Physical? Why are you getting
their
smaller?
ear, if they had a physical ear, they kept kind of like trying to listen.
Oh, for the ticking.
Yeah.
You all right, Clapperclaw? You ready to go in? You want to ride in my baby harness that Notus made me? Because Garreth still refuses to. So
Yes, please.
yeah, hop on in.
He hops on in, and but also kind of like latches on.
Hell yeah.
Literally like a toddler.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the side, Baird is about to like finish the limerick. There once was a man named Nantucket.
Oh no. Oh no.
Question,
Why
Ulric,
does
did you complete a long rest, by the way, Ulric?
Oh, I did not.
No, okay, I was just wondering because you still had some missing HP.
I'm still beat up.
That's all right. There we go. There you go. You're good now. Okay. Clapperclaw is probably also fully healed.
Fully
Okay.
stuffed.
Fully stuffed. That's yeah. So is Mischief, of course. All right. So as you're approaching, Pincushion puts their hands on their hips and says, no. Clapperclaw, is that you? You're so much higher pitched than I remember. What are you doing back here?
Clapperclaw rolls with us.
Well, they're very much not allowed inside Loomlurch. I
What
can't just have them waltz back in.
I
Well,
think Granny can make an exception for us, right? Clapperclaw's our friend. She owes us a debt.
I'll be no trouble.
Yeah, look, see, strapped to my chest, I'll keep an eye on Clapperclaw, okay?
It's like
You
baby.
were trouble before.
And
In
look,
fact, you ran away. And after Granny brought you to life.
She can just wait outside. It's fine.
No. Clapperclaw will go in with us. Clapperclaw is a jumping Juniper. The Junipers have an audience with Granny, and because Clapperclaw's one of us, she's coming with us for the audience.
I'm
If
gonna
Granny
roll.
is, if
I'm
Granny
gonna
has a
roll insight
problem,
on Clapperclaw to see if they actually want to go inside.
Roll me a persuasion check, Vaike.
I get advantage because we have a better audience.
You get
the
it.
Junipers.
It's a good. That's the reason you're getting a persuasion check. I think. Look, Pincushion seemed. Oh my god!
Wow. Gracious.
That 20 streak.
Oh.
Today.
Graciously.
Lordy.
That's 3, 4. 4 more.
A jumping Juniper. Is that so? You're this jumping thing now, Clapperclaw?
I am one of them. And they are one of me.
Damn straight.
We are one
Well,
weird kind of family.
Damn straight.
But if
You
was.
had a family here.
There
We
wasn't really
are
much of a
family.
family.
You had me.
You kept trying to get
I
me
was
to
just
do
like
what I
you.
wanted to do.
Oh, that's just chores. I have to do things all the time. Like, you know,
There's chores and then there's chores.
well, if you're coming back in, I won't be held responsible if Granny decides to do something bad.
Well,
That's
You
alright.
might be punished.
That's all right. We're here on peaceful terms. Nothing's gonna happen to Clapper Claw.
All right, everyone, follow me.
I'll whisper to Clapper Claw. I got you. Don't worry.
If Clapperclaw could smile, you feel like he would be right now.
Oh,
Aww.
Okay. You head up to this large, creaky wooden door, and Pincushions left it ajar so that you can kind of head on in. She
Look at the
says,
face at the door.
should we take a chair?
she looks at you and goes, no. What? Who thinks you can just walk in and take someone's chair?
Everyone
Don't be
keeps offering
ridiculous.
to us. I don't understand why. It's been every single place with chairs we've walked in.
Oh wait.
If anything, a chair would take you.
Hmm?
So, yes, let one of these chairs take you. And I will be back in a moment. I will inform Granny Nightshade that you've arrived.
Don't sit in the chairs.
I'm not.
I will start if there's a
I've got my
tea
own
set or
chair.
something here. If there's a tea set or something here, I will literally start like setting up a like setting everything up for tea. Like
Okay.
with these cookies and things from Norlop and things.
All right then. All right. Sounds good.
Don't sit in a chair. Stop moving yourself around. The bear will literally stop Ulric before he sits in the chair.
It's a chair.
She said, "Let the chair take you. Don't sit in it.
How's the chair gonna take me?
Don't do that." Bear will look at Ulric and go, "Just listen, please."
Okay.
There is a box that you could sit on, Ulric, but it's quite small in the corner here. It's a peculiar looking thing. It's got these patterns on the outside with a handle on the side.
Can I crank it?
No, no. Oh, we're all dead.
Of course he wants to crank it. Why let the man crank it?
Of course, Chris would be like, "Hey, Ulrich, by the way, there's this box over here you can crank."
Yeah, looks-
What's the problem?
It's peculiar in that it has these little children on the side.
Look, it doesn't
boy
look
and a
creepy
girl.
at all.
Ulrich,
I don't like this.
Ulrich, please.
I can't sit in a chair.
a
I
little-
can't crank a box. I can't do anything here. Why am I even here? Can't crank
don't
boxes. Can't sit
know.
in chairs.
Why don't we-
Can you
kind of
stand
peculiar.
there exactly at that spot so people don't see me?
Oh yeah. See, Garreth, if things get out of hand, you could just hide in my mouth and it'll be okay.
God, you wanna
No.
eat
Just
him.
No, I wouldn't want to eat the gingerbread man.
No, you eat everything else, not the gingerbread.
Why would I ever?
Didn't you say you were allergic to nutmeg, Ulric?
I'm
Oh.
allergic.
no, it was Vaike who was allergic to cinnamon.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cinnamon. Got me.
Ulric,
Mhm.
if you get bored, I have a pack of cards.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have the void cards?
Different set of cards.
Oh,
I'll leave the box alone. That box
We
will go
can-
uncranked for
Okay.
now.
We can ask Granny when
Uncranked
she gets
For
in.
now.
We can ask Granny when she gets in if we can crank it, okay?
Dude,
I'll play the
I don't want
cards.
to. I don't want to ask Granny if we can crank it.
Yeah, Granny, can we crank?
Me-
Oh,
me
Can
and
we
Granny
crank
are
your
good.
box?
Yes.
oh
Me and
I'm just
Granny.
gonna ask the box. Hey, box, can I wind up your crank?
Oh no.
No, don't talk to this box.
Hmm.
Let's just all sit here quietly and wait for her to come in.
I will set up a.
Mm-hmm.
I will like tea. Do the tea thing.
Okay, yeah, you can start to set up some sauces and stuff. I think though, these look like leftover teas, perhaps from earlier. That
Okay.
said, though, yeah, you can sort of move them aside if you want.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Leftover tea?
It's like it's right at the bottom, yeah, like just the
Can
dregs
you
of the
set
last
me
cup.
on the table, please?
Why?
So I can reheat the tea?
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Where's my token? Here we go. So you start just tidying up a little bit, that's all. After a while, I guess standing around waiting for some time, legs probably do get a little bit tired after a while. These big, nice, comfy chairs. But oh well, never mind, eh? You guys wait for feels like a while after maybe 10 minutes or so. It's Pincushion does head back, and she says, "Ah, Granny is just coming down to see you, and she's well, not in a particularly good mood. Well, actually, I think she changed her mood when I told her that you were all arriving. So, sounds like you're about to brighten up her day. So please, don't wind her up."
What about this box? What does this box do?
Yeah, can we crank it?
Can we crank it?
Well, what?
No,
That?
no.
Oh,
Should
that
we
thing.
crank it?
Well, you could, though. Not sure Cradleful will like it.
Who?
Excuse
Craterful?
me.
Cradleful, yes.
Oh.
That's Nightshade's little pet.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, let's not crank it. You remember the last time we met a hag with a pet?
No.
It tried eating me multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's not do that.
Hey, try being a gingerbread man.
Yeah, and you're standing next to the guy that eats everything, so be careful.
Yeah, I'm sure you taste awful.
Again, Garreth, I don't know why you would have just ride with me. You want to stick with the guy who has an eating problem.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat my friend Garreth even though he's a gingerbread man.
I don't believe that.
I can help Ulric find the best shrooms in the round.
Could I get a sense for just based on everything going on? Could I get a sense for the aesthetic that Granny would find most pleasing?
But rustic.
Okay, I will.
That's
Santa's
rustic
workshop.
interior. All that. Yeah, lots of wooden tables, chairs. Rustic. It literally is that. That is the way I would describe it. Countryside. Benches, cabin, that kind of feel.
As I cast Prestidigitation, I will use my robe, my cloak, to swap my whole outfit to fit the aesthetic that she would find most like pleasing, like a
yeah.
like a
Flannel shirt,
flannel
jeans,
shirt, rustic.
Lumberjack.
Wow, Bird
um,
becomes a lumberjack. I'm kind of jealous.
Like a lumberjack, which is really funny because Baird has 14 strength. So
like a handkerchief hanging out the side of your pocket. Like
a little bit of a farmer.
what's it called?
A little bit of like a farmer.
Yeah, I was gonna say a wheat. Was it like a piece of wheat hanging out your mouth, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you actually kind of feel right at home, if anything, in this place, because you can smell the farm just right outside. The fertilizer, the sound of animals. It is proper country. All right. Pincushion says, well, without further ado, I introduce you to Granny. And sure enough, you see entering into the room then is you hear it before you see it. The sound of a ticking click, 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 click sound. And as Scavatha hovels in, you hear her limbs creaking and cracking like the branches or dry leaves of a autumn forest. And her limbs seem to be like bark. Instead of wrinkles, there's like these cracks in her wooden looking exterior. And as she hovels in, you see that she's got a missing eye from its socket. She's wearing this kind of like petticoat thing. What is it? Like a big old
like a milkmaid's outfit.
maid's
almost.
dress?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes, that's right. And you see she's got this long kind of hooked nose with several like knots, like wooden knots in it and holes, like pot marks and like divots where wood kind of like shapes and forms. And on her back you see this large wind up key between her hunched shoulders that seems to rotate quite quickly, actually. In fact, it speeds up when she walks into the room, and that sets a smile in her face. And yeah, you see she observes everyone for a moment. Here she is, the full art. Oh, and she's got like a little string of potions on a belt, and other little toys and trinkets as well.
Baird will bow lightly as she enters and say, "The stories of the ever hospitable of your ever hospitality has reached us quite well."
And she looks at you and says, "Oh, you look like a happy little family, all of you." And her eyes seem to gaze upon Garreth as well. He's sitting on the table.
Wait, eyes?
Eye. Yes, a singular eye, should I say. Oh, isn't family the most wonderful thing?
Can I just pretend to be a doll?
I will hold Garreth like a doll, like stand like I'm like was like playing with him for a moment before she walked in, and then like hold him under like the crook of my arm.
Oh, and what's this? A wonderful little toy. Why, this is just like one I would make. What's this one's little name?
Oh, this one here. I believe I called this one Hans.
Exactly what I was
Hans.
thinking.
Oh, wonderful. Please, you must be tired. Would you like to all sit down and enjoy some tea?
We were told that the chairs would take us, and as you know, the Feywild and words are quite dangerous.
Oh, Pincushion, you didn't. I was merely jesting, Granny. Well, let's jest no more for now. Let us have them enjoy some nice new clean cups. Pincushion, could you tell Philomena to fetch some clean cups? And Pincushion says, "Oh yes, right away, Granny."
I
And
have
she heads
actually
off into
brought
the-
some sweets
sure.
from the court to help with our
Oh.
little meeting. As Baird will place down this sort of assortment of Norlop sweets.
Oh, well, I do have quite the sweet tooth. She smiles, and you see there's some missing teeth. Please, yes, I would love you to try some of Chucklehead's as well. He's the one outside with the toffee apple on his head.
We will make sure to make a visit once our meeting is done. We can't leave them unmeeten, or friends and some candy uneaten.
Ooh, a rhymer. Well, you have quite the unique set of talents, all of you. I've heard some good things from Pincushion.
Yes, we were attacked quite suddenly by...
Oh, dreadful business. That Banshray. He was given one job. Honestly.
I am
You're all
curious.
okay, I hope?
At the moment, though I am curious on what that one job may have been. How we may have gotten caught up in it.
Well, he was told to stay around one of those fairy rings. Sort of safeguard it, if you will. In return, I gave him back his voice.
Ah, you lost it in a deal, I see.
Yes. Not one I would have ever made.
Ah.
You see, the Banshray were originally far less malevolent and harmful Fae. They used to sing and dance alongside the Seelie court. But then they were cursed after an elder of their kind, whose name and crime have long since been forgotten. Betrayed by a capricious Fae queen. She cursed all Banshrays to lose their mouths.
Which one was that? I know that there are a few, depending on the time of year, and which court's in control.
Most likely a rising Titania. Either that or a... maybe a waning summer of winter court.
That's quite possible.
Oh! And this conversation's interrupted as a small child enters in the room holding a bunch of new saucepans and plates. And she's got like kind of red hair, pigtails, and a little bandana kind of strapped around her head. She looks kind of like dirty as well, like she's been like rolling around in the mud, maybe. And she kind of looks around the room and says, these are for you guys. Here. And she kind of puts them down gently.
How many?
He sees there's enough for you guys, like all of you. One for each.
Does he bring 5, 6, 7, or 8?
8. Sure, 8. Why not? And you see Scavatha kind of lean a hand and rest it on her head, and it looks like gnarled roots that would like potentially dig and stab into her head, but she's just resting it gently on her scalp and says, "Ah, well done, Philomena.
Would it be all right if she took a sweet?
I suppose you've earned it. Go on.
Baird
Take
will,
a sweet from the kind gentleman."
Yeah, Baird will hand her a cookie, and
okay.
he'll smile and he'll just kind of he'll try to like impress an energy of like being kind and nice, and that maybe this vibe that these adventurers might be here for more than just this.
Okay. Right. Yeah. There was some hesitation when you're giving her something. But Scavatha quickly seemed to almost manipulate it into making sure that it's what she's earned, not something now she is in debt to. But
Yeah.
in any case, yes, you see Philomena say, "Yeah, thank. I mean, I appreciate it."
Well,
And they kind of waddle on back to the others.
but
And
yeah,
you hear a couple of other kids beyond this room, and they're like, "What? You got sweets? Wait, where's my sweet? Ugh, I never get sweets." And you hear Scavatha lean in and say, "Keep it down in there, children. I have guests. Now work quietly." And she shuts the door. And she sits down as well.
I will wait until we're invited to sit safely before doing so, but I will like pour tea in any in any of the cups if there is a teapot. I will make sure that her teacup is properly taken care of and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. You see her gesture towards the seats. "Please sit down, sit down." You seem paranoid, my dear.
We dealt
I
with
was under the
we dealt with the
I was under the
machinations of your sister before. She was quite the odious one.
Oh dear, I apologize on her behalf. She is just the worst to work with. You will find me quite the opposite. After all, I like to surround myself with sweets and children, all the niceties and happy things in life.
Understandable.
So you sit down, I'm guessing?
I sit down.
You guys?
I got a clapper cloth strapped to
Okay.
my chest, and I'm sitting down, staring at her.
You feel a great weight kind of lifted off your legs as soon as you sit down. So does Bed and Ulric. It's like it's like almost being taunted and tempted with the prospect of sitting down has actually made it more exhausting to stand in this room. And when you finally do, it's like, oh, thank God. And you see Nightshade smile from ear to ear. And you hear an audible crack in her jaw as you all sit down. Now, I believe you were here to negotiate. Is that right?
Yes.
And you see the clockwork speed up as well, like the
You see,
what's it called? The key. Yeah.
We don't like others to be stuck under debt, and you know how it is in the Feywild. You can't just forgive one. And the Banshray had both insulted us by attacking us without any sort of warning, breaking hospitality, as well as the fact that we gave them their life. We didn't fight them to the death in our own defense. And as such, they owe us again and again for untying them and allowing them to walk. So they owe us 5 times over at the current moment, and we were suggested by Pincushion that you may wish to parlay in his stead.
Well, the Banshray owes a little bit of a debt to me, and that's what they were doing, simply following orders. They were told to safeguard that fairy ring, and that meant stopping anyone from interfering with it.
That's understandable. It's just, you know how sometimes doing one thing can end up causing another, and the Feywild doesn't tend to care that much about circumstance. You know, debts are hard to carry on your shoulders.
Also, if he was supposed to be safeguarding it, he could have told us not to mess with it. He just straight up attacked. Just saying. He attacked us out of nowhere, didn't give us a chance to even leave.
Yes, I suppose that would come across as rather rude. Doesn't have a mouth, so it might have been a little trickier for him to speak and tell you. Perhaps he just opted to attack you instead.
We spoke to him.
I clearly that is possibly my fault. I didn't give him specifics on whether to speak or not, or give warnings. Oh, this is all a misunderstanding.
Oh,
well, how can I make this right?
It depends. There's, of course, letting him settle the debts on his own, which, considering our circumstance, the way that we would prefer that if we were to have him settle it is to stay his hand from harming others. As we experienced it, it was quite alarming and sudden. But, of course, you could, in his stead, choose to pay the debt as an employer. That is fully allowed to do so. We, of course, as the debtees, have the choice of what to take in that circumstance. But that is, of course, all your decision. But we don't desire to extort or take too much. We just want to make sure that the heavy weight of debt is settled. You know how the wilds may be.
So the choice you're presenting is whether to pay the debt myself in his stead, or to see him freed of his charge, and instead he pays you himself. Is that my understanding?
If you should wish it. If you had a counteroffer, of course. This is negotiations. This is not just us waffling on.
I think his services are... they've outlived their usefulness. He obviously wasn't very good at doing his job to begin with, if he was able to be defeated so easily. I think I will discharge him of his duty. No longer needs to sit there, and I'll have him free to do whatever he wants.
Then have
That
him,
said,
then have him return.
you can
to
then
us and
you yes, you can take it up with him.
Well, as we are here, is there anything that you had on the docket? Things you were looking for? Things you might find? We've seen the passing.
Well, as it happens, yes.
We've seen a few flyers, but But there's also, I'm sure, plenty of other things you have on your docket as well. And things that people you've worked with in some sort of business or negotiation might be able to work with or assist with.
Yes, pleasant of you to offer. It does so happen I have a free vacancy now, as this bantry is no longer under my charge. I could do with a few more helping hands around here. Indeed, Will is a little bit of a pain in my backside. He's constantly flying around here and disrupting my workshop. I can't get toys made if I have no one making toys. So, yes, if you could capture Will, bring him back alive. I'm sure he's hiding around in the forest somewhere. You happen to have seen him, would you? She looks and scans the room.
Baird will say, sort of like calmly going, I am curious about your toy operations, like motioning towards like the Garreth doll. Like sort of like as though he was like lost in thought about like mentioning that she needed people to make things. I am curious on how quality your things are. I would love to get a tour.
A tour of the workshop?
Show off your skills, and I'm sure that I'm a farmer, you see, and I heard you were a gardener.
I am, actually, as it happens. There's another job, if you're that way inclined, that I'm looking for. There's a certain rare fertilizer that I'm looking for.
My mother took care of rose bushes, and as well as a helplings field, if you know what that is.
You can elaborate?
A field for the less fortunate.
Oh.
They tended to the place.
Well, yes, I grow all my own stuff here. You can give me a persuasion check, and we'll see if she's swayed enough to give you a tour of either the garden or workshop. And I'll see what we can get here. That's pretty good. She says, in that case, a fellow enthusiast, it would be a crime not to show you around.
Granny, I had a question. One of our friends was taken by your former employee and is being kept as a guest here. Is there any way that we could take him with us on our way out?
Oh. You mean that dwarf?
Yep, that's the one.
Is that right? Well, he has done me quite a disservice.
What do you do?
To let him go would be, well, in the same vein of not him fulfilling his own debts. So I guess we're back round to discussing whether you wish to pay in his stead.
Well,
what debt does this dwarf have to you?
Well, should you wish, negotiations haven't concluded. So, if you wish, that could be an alternative payment. My companion here, of course, reminding us.
That dwarf is a vandal. Kicked in my front door. And then he threatened me with a sword. And, of course, he tried to kidnap the children.
It's not dissimilar to what the Banshray did. A sudden attack. a sudden attack, an insult, and a capture.
Hmm.
It would be quite a
Indeed.
fair deal. I'm like stressing the the equivalencies and the situations.
Yeah, you see, there's not much of a exchange of expression on her face. She seems to be quite amicable and smiling. But what you do notice, especially Garreth, is the ticking on her back starts to slow. Goes from this rhythmic tick 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 to a tick 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 tick. You're not sure what that means, but it sounds like she's winding down slightly. Well,
Pincushion
yes,
warned us to not wind her up,
true.
which
Though,
suggests when she's wounded up, she's probably more agitated, and this is relaxed or thinking.
She says, well, the bantry is yours to do with as you please, but it is his debt now, not mine.
Of course,
If you wish to free Elkhorn, I do have another proposal. A horn for a horn is much more equivalency, as you put it.
Oh no.
I happen to be looking for a horn myself. A horn that my sister, clumsy as she is, recently lost.
Oh.
Maybe Prismere's native denizens could help you find it. But, yes, it's the Elkhorn horn. It's very specific. It's like a twisted bone. I take it you all know what a unicorn is?
Yeah.
The Elkhorn.
Okay,
is that the winged unicorn?
No. It's the horn is from a unicorn. And you are simply charged with finding it. Bring it to me, and I'll happily let Elkhorn go free. Or, if you capture Will, that would be a fair trade as well.
I apologize. My internet went out again. I did not hear that.
She suggests you find a unicorn horn, a horn for a horn, she says. And she will happily let him go for that. Or if you capture Will of the Feywild, is another equal trade in her head. But it seems like the bantry she doesn't care too much for. She says you can do with what you will, and that his debt to you is for him to complete or repay.
All right.
Why don't you ponder this a while, whilst I give you a tour?
Of course.
You need not make your decision now.
Knowing every option on the table is the benefit of good negotiations.
She finishes off her tea and stands up and says, the workshop or the garden? Which would you like to see first?
Well, we're already here. Why not start with the workshop?
She opens up the door for you and lets you walk through and into the next room. She looks over all of you as you're walking past as well, and compliments Ulric, saying, "Oh, I love your makeup. Very colourful."
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
The clicking in her key stutters a moment.
Ooh.
And you, what a interesting looking mask.
Oh no.
And then I swear they hadn't spotted Clapperclaw until a while, but I imagine you've been kind of hiding out in the back a little bit.
No.
And
Been strapped to my
Scav-
chest in my baby harness.
Oh,
staring
really?
That's true.
staring
Oh, that's
directly
where they've
at her.
been?
Yep.
Okay. So in that case, then Scavatha finally does address the elephant in the room and says, "Oh, and Clapperclaw, welcome home."
You've literally just missed her. She's literally just gone to bed. She's got to be up at 5.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
Well.
And it's
In that
2,
case,
so we can pick up
it
next
might be a
time.
good place to end on that note. Yeah. She looks over towards Clapperclaw and says this. And you see the winding of her key almost goes to a full stop
Oh,
as she says this. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm. And with that,
Okay.
I think there's a good place to end. I'll give you one little last description of the workshop. Why not? Because that way we can get back into the scene easier. So, whatever is it? Oh yeah, here we go. So the workshop is quite busy. There are flickering lanterns illuminating a cluttered workshop filled with soft, ambient music produced by bells and chimes. Parts of toys are heaped on tables, leering doll heads, half-built rocking horses, unpainted wooden bulls, and the stuffed limbs of soft toys. A stove at the back of the room holds a saucepan of smelted metal, and there is 2 exits from the workshop, one to the left and one in front of you. And there's the 2 storefront windows that overlook the market outside as well. And there are 3 young children all gathered around a wooden table. The eldest looks to be a drow boy prancing on the tabletop with a bar of soap in one hand, whilst a halfling girl and a human girl giggle at his audacity.
Giggle at
And
his audacity.
yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
Pincushions nowhere to be seen. And then lastly, there are several stains and puddles of oil in the room as well
Squirt!
that you all pick up on. But you look around initially just looking for any sign of a watering or a can or an oil can. Doesn't seem to be any that is immediately noticeable. But yeah, that's where we'll end tonight. You'll get to meet Nal, Sung, and Philomena next session. But yeah, thank you guys for playing, and we'll resume next week.
Next week.
Bye for now.